Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, from Studio A. It all starts right now.
Hello and welcome, everyone. It's Wednesday, May 21st, and you're tuned into the ultimate destination for all things lifestyle, entertainment, and everything in between. I'm Anthea Ferguson, filling in for Bimini Swain, and you're watching What's Trending, the show where we bring you the latest trends, hottest news, and insider tips on living your best life. Whether you're here for the fashion, the food, the fitness, or the latest buzz from social media, we've got you covered. Let's dive in. Well, President Donald Trump is stirring up controversy, this time with pop royalty. Get this, he's accusing Beyonce of being paid $11 million to endorse Kamala Harris at the Houston rally ahead of the 2024 election, without even performing a single song. Trump called it an illegal campaign contribution and is demanding a full investigation. And Beyonce is not his only star in his crosshairs. Oprah, Bruce Springsteen, and Bono were also named in his fiery social post. No response yet from Beyonce or former Vice President Harris, but this political drama just hit a high note. And if you're a coffee lover with a thing for travel, this one's for you. A new list ranking the world's coffee shops says the best one has been found in Sydney, Australia. Toby's Estate Coffee Roasters was crowned the best coffee shop in the world. The coffee chain began in 1997 when lawyer Toby Smith started the business from his mother's garage. Rounding out the top 10 list, the best coffee shops also hail from Singapore, France, Malaysia, and Colombia. If you're headed to Sydney, though, to get a taste of the winner's brew, you might have to wait a bit. Owners say sales have surged since the announcement. And the popular long-standing children's program Sesame Street has found a new home at Netflix. The streaming giant announced this week that Elmo, Cookie Monster, Abby Cadabby, and all their friends are coming to Netflix later this year with Sesame Street's all-new reimagined 56th season, plus 90 hours of previous episodes. The news comes after Warner Brothers Discovery opted not to renew its contract to stream the series on HBO Max. In true Sesame Street form, the company announced the deal with a video of Cookie Monster devouring the Netflix logo, accompanied by "N is for Netflix." No date has been announced for the premiere. Well, coming up on today's show, we're celebrating Disability Empowerment Month and shining a light on the incredible stories of strength and resilience. Plus, Pix Hardware is here with unbeatable deals to make your next project a breeze. And don't forget, it's International Tea Day, so get ready for a fragrant journey into the world of tea. Stay tuned. You won't want to miss it. You're watching What's Trending.
At this year's Junior Minister of Tourism speech competition, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, the Honorable I. Chester Cooper, declared the winners who will represent the next generation of Bahamian tourism.
So you have an obligation as young people to do better than this generation did. You have an obligation as Junior Ministers of Tourism for your respective island to ensure that your peers understand the significance of what it is that you do. They understand that we have a country riding on our shoulders. So when we talk about being hospitable, it's not just a nice thing to do. It's really about the preservation of the quality of life that we've been able to enjoy over the many, many decades. I am particularly pleased to announce the winners of this year's Junior Minister of Tourism competition. In third place from New Providence, Brazil Roche. And in second place from Crooked Island, Malik Campbell. In first place from Grand Bahama Island, Zaria Ingram.
First place winner, Zaria Ingram, shared with us what she hopes to accomplish as the new Junior Minister of Tourism.
As Junior Minister, I, number one, want to represent the Bahamas, especially in the Caribbean tourism competition. I also want to represent my island. I want to be able to push my ideas into the Bahamas because I feel like I have a lot of good ideas to share. So I want to bring a young perspective to the tourism of the Bahamas, I feel like that'll definitely positively impact us.
For more tourism updates, visit Tourism Today or Bahamas.com. I'm Michael Miller, and this is Tourism Today.
In a world striving for equity, inclusion is no longer optional, it's essential. Here in the Bahamas, Disability Empowerment Month is more than a calendar event, it's a movement. A moment of reflection and a call to action. It's about breaking barriers, challenging stereotypes, and amplifying voices that for too long have gone unheard. Today we step into the conversation not with pity, but with purpose. We explore what true empowerment looks like for Bahamians with disabilities, not just in policy or accessibility, but in everyday life, in schools, workplaces, churches, and communities across our islands. In studio, we have Kendrick Roll from the Disability Empowerment Outreach Group. As we dive into this dialogue, let's ask, are we doing enough? And most importantly, how can we as a nation rise to ensure that no one is left behind? Welcome to What's Trending, Mr. Roll. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me on your show.
So we talk a little bit in that intro about inclusivity no longer being optional, but now it's an essential way of our life. How would you explain to someone who don't get it? Like, you need to now include everyone, not just the able-bodied, but also the disabled.
Well, first of all, people need to realize that disability is here and it's here to stay, and it's a part of everyday life. And we as a country have obligations. We are signatories to the Convention on Rights for Persons with Disability through the United Nations. And we have just recently signed on to the Global Disability Berlin Declaration. And so therefore, providing an inclusive environment for persons with disability is not just something we would want to do, is something we are obligated to do here in our country, and therefore all the necessary steps must be taken and persons must get involved to see that we meet our obligations.
So what's the importance of your organization recognizing disability empowerment this month? What do you hope to achieve?
Well, June is Disability Empowerment Month, and this being our second one, as we expand on our campaign towards an inclusive Bahamas, we want to ensure that the public not only sees the achievements of persons with disabilities, but we also want to share what we are doing as a country to provide inclusive environments, and also we want to form partnerships so that we are able to create avenues to better the quality of life for persons with disabilities here in the Bahamas.
So what do you think are some of the misconceptions about people with disabilities here in Bahamian society? I know I'd say one is that people feel like you can always see a disability. Would you agree?
No, there are a lot. There are on the books, there are over 40 different types of disabilities, so not all disabilities are visible. All right, intellectual disabilities are growing daily. Actually, during the month of May, we are celebrating mental wellness, and within that, persons with intellectual disabilities are on the rise. And like I say, we have to create avenues for them. But outside of that, people, some would look at disabilities and feel like because you have a disability, you don't have nothing to offer, you don't contribute to society, and that is so far from the truth, as we have persons with disability stepping up to the forefront every day and showing others that they too have a purpose and they too can accomplish things just like persons without disabilities.
So what do you think are some things that the country can do right now to change that and to be more inclusive?
Well, first of all, they need to be educated. They need to change their attitudes towards disability and disability matters. And they need to get involved, whether through volunteerism or donations for projects and stuff like that. And they need to make sure that their environments are accessible so they can get first-hand experience on, once the environment is inclusive, just the capabilities of persons with disabilities.
And would that include public transportation?
Public transportation is one of the key elements that persons with disabilities have a challenge with, especially for their non-emergency or social needs. In today's society, persons who offer the transportation services do it at such a high cost that it still leaves persons with disabilities isolated, because most of them are either unemployed or underemployed. And so when you have to, for example, pay $50 to $60 just for a round trip because you want to take a free class that would help educate you more or just teach you some other talent or skills. It is discouraging because, like I say, if you can't afford it to go to these free classes, then you now become isolated and unable to embrace opportunities that are available to you. And that is why this June, our focus is launching our Accessible Ride program, where we're going to be providing transportation for persons with disabilities at an affordable price. And the vehicles will also be accessible, especially for those with their mobility issues. And so they will be able to embrace the various opportunities for them and also elevate their social life and just be a part of the everyday Bahamian society in a more dignified way.
I feel like this is a complaint that I've heard for years, decades even, that, you know, people with disabilities and their issues with accessing public transportation more readily. Have you seen any movements in this regard? Is it getting better? Is it getting worse? What are some of the stories you're hearing?
Well, I can be honest with you, public transportation has its challenges without even looking at persons with
true.
disabilities.
Very true.
And so when you throw persons with disabilities in the mix, it only makes it more difficult.
Yeah.
And so therefore it takes persons like myself, advocacy groups, the government, and private businesses, and just individuals themselves who have a passion for the well-being of persons with disability to come together and make steps to be able to provide the services or provide the environment or the spaces for persons with disabilities to now step into their own and be able to access even what is more available for them. And so with that, I just wanted to continue to invite those who have a heart for the community of persons with disabilities to just come forward and support and participate and partner so that we can do exactly what we do, provide a more inclusive Bahamas for them to live in.
So how can people tangibly contribute to this Access Ride program?
Well, first of all, let me say that as we launch Disability Empowerment Month for June 1st, on the 31st, that Saturday, we're having Dollar Day. We have a number of businesses that are going to be partnering with us, including Bamboo Shack, Quality Home Centers, and a few more who I'm not ready to name as yet. But we're going to have groups in high traffic areas on the street collecting dollar that can go towards us purchasing our first set of fleets of vehicles. Secondly, on the 28th of June, we're having a massive fundraiser called Gospel Mania. We have a number of our Bahamian gospel artists, including international gospel recording artist Sharon Gardner, and all of the local favorites, along with talented persons with disabilities, and then, of course, all the top choirs that will be coming together at the William Thompson Auditorium on Saturday, June the 28th, which will be the highlight of Disability Empowerment Month. And we're going to sing, celebrate, and empower and just have a glorified time as we raise funds to get our Access Ride program on the way.
Okay, so if persons are interested, how can they get in contact for more information?
Okay, they can call 556-1773 or 816-2642 or 437-9670. You could reach out, text, WhatsApp, call any one of those numbers, and once you get a response or someone answers, you could go ahead and say what is your desire, whether you want tickets for the concert, you want to make a contribution to our Access Ride program or any of our other disability empowerment programs. And we'll give you the necessary information, banking information for transfers, who you can write checks to, and also you can also come and volunteer and participate and be a part of the movement and see exactly the work that is being done for the betterment of persons with disabilities here.
Awesome. All right. Well, Disability Empowerment Month reminds us that true progress is measured by how we uplift every voice. Thank you so much, Mr. Roll, and thank you for joining us. Big savings are just a hammer swing away. Stay tuned for a Deal Zone segment that's coming up after the break.
We're here at the Nassau Village Community Center project, where over the past 17 months, we've hired over 20 Bahamian subcontractors to bring this beautiful project to fruition.
I've been living in Nassau Village for more than 19 years, and to see a project like this brings great joy and pride to me.
This state-of-the-art multi-purpose community center will serve as a crime-fighting initiative in the community, also help with the education of our kids in this community, and a hurricane shelter.
Yeah, and it also shows what we as Bahamians can achieve when we work hand in hand with each other.
We have the technical know-how, and we can pretty much deliver on any project here in the Bahamas or in the world.
Bahamas Striping, a Bahamian company, they prove that they believe in Bahamians.
Based on the outcome of this project, I don't think they're disappointed in giving a small person an opportunity to do a job such as this.
The more opportunity they get, the more opportunity we will get.
If you look around and see the work done so far, it just shows what we as Bahamians can do.
Diet-friendly special.
The internet isn't just for surfing. There's a sea of shoppers buying online, and you can connect with them on Tingsy. Tingsy is the SBDC's online storefront built for Bahamians. Take your business to the next level by selling to customers online, both at home and around the world. People want Bahamian things, and if you got things to sell, sell on Tingsy. Find out how you can connect with a sea of buyers by visiting tingsybahamas.com.
Summer in the Bahamas. The weather is hot, but not as hot as the ZNS summer packages. Get ads on ZNS TV or ZNS Radio Network or the TV community page, or a combination of all three. ZNS has got you covered with great prices, whatever package you choose. Book before June 7th and get the local Federation Championship Baseball bonus full of all kinds of extras free of charge. Contact your account executive or call ZNS Sales at 502-3800 today. Hot summer package rates valid until July 31st.
Welcome to the Deal Zone, where prices are under construction and savings are built to last. This week, we're teaming up with Pix Hardware to bring you deals so good they'll screw your budget back together. Whether you're fixing, flipping, or just feeling handy, Pix has the tools and we've got the steals. We want to welcome to the show Edgar Pickstock, the owner of Pix Hardware, back to what's trending. Thanks so much for being here again.
Nice to be here.
So this is the time of year where a lot of people, other than Christmas, a lot of people decide to freshen up the house, spruce it up a little bit for the summer. What do you have in store that we can come and get?
Well, last time we were in, we spoke about we're actually doing some remodeling of our store. Excuse me a little there. Now items are starting to come in. So our vanities, bath vanities are now in stock. So those who are doing sprucing up for the summer, we've got our vanities in, excellent pricing, and just come on down and see what you would like. We've got something for everybody.
So what kind of deals can customers expect? Either this month, next month, any specials?
Well, on the vanity sets, we're doing a 10–15% off on some items. And like I said, they're fresh, just in. So this is an excellent time for persons who want to spruce up their homes to now come in and get it while they last, because they're going to go quickly.
Awesome. So we have some people who love a good DIY project, people who like to take it on themselves, right? Any advice you have for the home DIYer? Yeah, well, these vanities are built, ready just to install. So if you're a DIYer, this is easy installation. You don't necessarily need a plumber, not trying to put the plumbers out of work, but they slip right in place, and tiling, you don't need to hurry work, but tiling and all of that, it slips right in place if you're not doing new tiling. So it's excellent. These are excellent home refreshers. And so for that DIYer, that person who wants to do it themselves, or even someone getting new into the construction business, tell me a little bit about Pix and some of the employees you have, how they can help, how do they go about helping people to choose their perfect tools?
Well, once you come in and tell us what you're doing, we definitely will suggest what we figure would be best for your project. We've been around for 35 years now. And so we're well versed in knowing what persons need and what they like. And so we're now stepping up to the plate and providing it.
So what's that one tool or product you think every Bahamian household should have?
One tool? One tool won't do it. But
a whole toolkit?
Yeah, you pretty much need a toolkit. So everybody should have a hammer, screwdriver, and a saw, pliers, obviously, in your toolkit. That's pretty much, and that'll keep you on top of anything you got to do at home.
It's a little funny question for you. If you were a tool, which tool would you be and why?
Boy, that's an interesting one.
You should be able to answer that so easily.
You would say a hammer. Hammer's the most, I guess.
Why a hammer? Tell me why a hammer.
Well, there's always something that needs to be knocked into place. So.
Always something that needs to be knocked into place. All right, so if any of these amazing products caught your eye, don't wait. Head over to Pix Hardware on Abundant Life Road and grab them while supplies last. Big thanks to you, Edgar, for bringing the heat to the deal zone and helping our community build smarter and save bigger. See you in the aisles.
Tired of looking at the same old kitchen? Step 1. Our talented recommended designer, Mark, crafts a custom design just for you. Step 2. Once your design is ready, CBS Bahamas makes ordering effortless. Your dream kitchen is within reach. Step 3. Our recommended installers bring your vision to life, ensuring every detail is perfectly in place. Sit back and relax as your dream space becomes a reality. Visit cbsbahamas.com and start bringing your home improvement dreams to life today.
Bahamas Striping group of companies, we have been in Exuma now for the past 4 years, carrying out our paving program. A part of our company's philosophy is producing work to international standards. So when you look at our paving division, we have a state-of-the-art lab to do all of our testing in-house, as well as a state-of-the-art asphalt plant with a trained technician carrying out the work on that site. The overarching goal of our company is to produce the work that we're doing in the entire Bahamas to international standards. We also make a difference by the training of our staff. We have a very intensive training program going on to where we are teaching young men how to learn the art of striping. Being a young man myself, I've made mistakes in the past. I was given a second chance to better my life, and it's only fitting that we pass that along. What's important for us is giving them a second chance for them to get a skill and a career that can take them further in life.
That gives me more of an excuse to drop by since Ben's away visiting his mom.
Someone your age doesn't have all the time in the world to be playing hard to get.
There he is. Gallant prince.
It's okay. Shh, it's okay.
Join us on Social Mania, a new and dynamic game show based on the Ministry of Education's primary and junior high school social studies curriculum. Students from schools across the Bahamas go head-to-head as their knowledge of social studies is challenged. In this episode, Gambier Primary battles with Sadie Curtis Primary School. Which school will emerge as winner? To find out, join us as these two schools engage in intense competition. Don't miss it.
our cups to celebrate something timeless, soothing, and steeped in history. It's International Tea Day. Tea isn't just a drink, it's a tradition, a ritual, a global love story told in cups. And while we may enjoy it differently around the world, tea has this magical way of bringing people together. It all started over 5,000 years ago in ancient China. According to legend, Emperor Sheng Nong was boiling water when some wild tea leaves drifted into his pot. Curious? He tasted it. And just like that, tea was born. A happy accident that would go on to shape empires, fuel trade routes, and spark revolutions like the Boston Tea Party. So today on International Tea Day, take a moment to slow down, brew your favorite blend, try a new one, maybe even learn the story behind it. Because in every cup, there's culture, comfort, and just a little bit of magic. Stay with us, there's more after the break.
Got termites and need to get rid of them fast? Trust Rentokil Initial. With over 60 years experience in the Bahamas, the global brand, training, and expertise can't be beat. Only Rentokil Initial gives you a 3-year warranty and payment plan options on termite fumigation. No one can match the range of treatments we offer, such as fumigation, pre-construction treatments, termite monitoring, and more. No matter where you are in the Bahamas, we will come to you. When it comes to complete termite eradication, there's only one name, Rentokil Initial.
Diet-friendly special.
Did you know you could send a local bank transfer to a $1 wallet? It's the same as sending a transfer to an account at another local bank. Simply use the wallet's 12-digit top-up address as the account number, savings as the account type, Central Bank of the Bahamas as the bank, and $1 as the branch with branch code or transit number 12,000. Don't use urgent or priority delivery. Transfers to $1 wallets are processed through the Bahamas Automated Clearinghouse Network within 1 business day.
Hey, Desi. Hey, honey. You got no message for me yet? Can I tell you why I get no money? At least not yet. I get my money. Managers. Oh, I done upload it.
Hello, Miss Daisy. Your check is ready.
Thanks. I got it. I come for that little thing. You got it?
Money managers, responsible lenders for responsible people.
On Thursday's show, step into a world where every scent tells a story. Get ready to follow your nose. Your signature scent is waiting at the perfume bar. And that's how we wrap up another trending day. Thanks for hanging out with us here on What's Trending. Remember, the conversation never stops. Catch up with us on Instagram at What's Trending on ZNS. Share your thoughts and let us know what you think should be trending next. We'll be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. with more headlines, highlights, and heat. Until then, stay curious and most of all, stay connected.
At the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, I'm Clint Watson, and this is ZNS.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Here's a look at tonight's top stories. Bahamian hotelier weighs in on how new U.S. tariffs could impact the tourism sector. Police launch an investigation into the death of an adult male on Grand Bahama. Plus, the chairman of the Progressive Liberal Party shares where the PLP stands as the next general election draws closer.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Jolanda Thompson-Everest. Thank you so much for tuning in. With new U.S. tariffs threatening to disrupt global supply chains and key industries, a local hotelier weighs in on how the Bahamas tourism sector could be impacted. While some fear ripple effects, the hotelier suggests the island may benefit as shifting travel patterns divert American tourists away from heavily taxed destinations toward alternatives like the Bahamas. Raven Davis reports.
President Trump's pending global tariffs are sparking warnings from top economists, including JP Morgan Chase, who now place recession risk in the United States at nearly 50% over the next year. And if that slowdown becomes reality, it could have serious ripple effects on tourism throughout this region, that according to prominent hotelier Magnus Alnebeck.
Well, of course, if the U.S. is hitting a recession, we're going to see a slowdown in travel. That is for sure. But I think it's too early to sort of speculate in that at this moment. And then it's going to be, an overall economic recession, and people are just going to travel less, and of course tourists is going to take a big hit.
Alnebeck says for now it's a waiting game though. With President Trump's unpredictable policy shifts, the long-term impact is still unclear, but there could be an upside for the Bahamas this winter. As reports suggest, more Canadian travelers are skipping U.S. destinations, frustrated by economic conditions and stricter border policies.
Canadians are not like Americans who actually travel in the spring and the summer. Most Canadians like to stay in Canada in the summer, and they are winter travelers. So I'm sure if this sort of continues, then there could be some help with that.
Despite the uncertainties, Alnebeck says that Pelican Bay Hotel's performance this first quarter has outpaced last year's, though he advocates for increased airlift capacity and the imminent reopening of the Grand Lucine Resort, which could enhance the Bahamas' appeal to international travelers.
The first quarter has been very good, but it is entirely driven by, the Carnival project that we are getting a lot of room nights from, the project in the Shipyard. We had some big dry docks in the month of March that were great for us. So it is driven by the projects in Grand Bahama.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Raven Davis.
Meanwhile, police on Grand Bahama are investigating the death of an adult male early this morning. Sources say the victim, in his late 20s, initially presented himself at the Rand Memorial Hospital with an apparent wound. He was treated and discharged. However, sometime later, he returned to the hospital via ambulance and was pronounced dead shortly after arrival. Superintendent of Police Stephen Rule confirms the case is under active investigation.
Yes, at this point, the police are investigating the death of an adult male. And at present, the only thing I can say at present is that an autopsy must be done to determine the exact cause of his death. That matter remains under active investigation, and once we have more information, I shall be able to give you more details on that incident.
The next general election is slated for more than a year from now, but with political scene heating up in recent months, speculation has turned to who the various political parties will run on their ticket this time around. PLP Chairman, the Honorable Fred Mitchell, shares where his party is at this stage. Cleopatra Murphy has that story.
The Progressive Liberal Party has yet to finalize its slate of candidates for the 2026 elections, but party chairman the Honorable Fred Mitchell says there is keen interest among individuals looking to secure a candidacy.
The avalanche of people who are interested in running for office is good in one thing, because you need 1,000 voices to contend, and out of that you get those people who are fit and proper to run. So there's no dearth of people asking to run, but there are procedures, and right now the only sort of open seats where there's no PLP and is where there is no PLP incumbent, so to speak. That is the 3 seats that I've mentioned.
For Charlotte MP and Minister of Immigration, the Honorable Alfred Sayers, MP for North Eleuthera Sylvanus Petty, and MP for Michael Basil McIntosh have all confirmed their intentions not to seek re-election. As for the possibility of more current MPs bowing out, the PLP chairman says he can't say.
We don't know what's going to happen in the future. But As of now, all incumbents are continuing to do their work, and the parties continue to do their assessment. And of course, the party has said that everybody has to undergo renomination, including incumbents. So everybody's starting de novo before the candidates committee and will be judged on the work which they've done over the term.
While the FNM has speculated that an early election may be called, Mitchell remains adamant that the election is more than a year away, but says the public should pay particular attention to one particular date.
What I think people should be watching is for the 6th of June. The 6th of June is Randall Fox Labor Day, and we intend to show the country that there is a brave blue wave that is coming, that it will continue to bring a promise of stability, of management of the public purse, and to uplift the ordinary man.
As for Grand Bahama, Mitchell says the party has its targets set on securing FNM leader Michael Pintard's Marco City seat. While he did not share who the PLP intends to run, a candidate list circulating on social media suggests it could be Dr. Monique Pratt. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
In news from Bimini, a video circulating on social media showing a tractor digging into the sand along a Bimini shoreline has raised concerns among residents and environmentalists. Tonight, the Director of Environmental Planning and Protection responds to the controversy, while the president of RAV Bahamas, the company responsible for the activity, seeks to clarify the situation. That's the video making the rounds on social media showing a tractor digging into the shoreline of Rockwell Island in Bimini. The footage has sparked concern among some residents and environmentalist Joe Darville.
If they were given permission by the Environmental Department to do that type of excavation or dredging for fill or whatever they're going to do with this stuff, digging along the shoreline, they should have had in place a silt to catch the sediment from drifting out over those areas where there are mangroves and fish in that particular area. So it was the most despicable thing that I've ever seen in modern times.
The work is being carried out by RAV Bahamas, as ZNS reached out to company president Rafael Reyes, who says there's no need for alarm. He explained that the activity is part of excavation work connected to Phase 2 of the Rockwell Island development, and assured that all procedures are being conducted in full accordance with environmental guidelines.
Unfortunately, there are people who are misrepresenting the facts. They're making it seem like we're destroying reefs and destroying the environment. And nothing could be further from the truth.
Reyes expresses that no coral reefs were harmed during the excavation process, and also claims that the individual who recorded and commented on the viral video is currently being evicted from a RAV Bahamas property, suggesting the video may have been shared with personal motives.
Individual who apparently is upset right now because he is being evicted from our property because he's been living on our property for many years, using the water and electricity that doesn't pay for, in a facility that it does not pertain to us and he has no rights for. So we're evicting him, and I think he's upset about that.
Now, the video showing the ongoing work has reached the desk of Dr. Rhiannon Lely, Director of the Department of Environmental Planning and Protection. Following an investigation, officials determined that RAV Bahamas did not fully comply with the required environmental regulations. As a result, the company was issued a letter to immediately cease operations.
The cease and desist was the initial step, and so we have done that. We've reached out to their environmental consultants as well. The department, each developer, major developers in particular, engage Bahamian environmental consultants to monitor their work on a daily basis as prescribed by the Certificate of Environmental Clearance. There's a lot of work going on by this developer in Bimini, but unfortunately they did not abide fully by the Certificate of Environmental Clearance, and so we're at this point now.
Creators in the orange economy are expressing excitement following the government's decision to sign on to 5 major international intellectual property treaties, strengthening the country's legal framework for everything from trademarks to creative content. It's a significant move that many say will help protect and monetize their work, especially in the digital space. Our Shalia Rule has this story.
Whether you're a musician, fashion designer, app developer, or content creator, your work just got a major boost in protection. The government has officially adopted several key international intellectual property treaties, aligning the country with global IP standards. The move not only strengthens legal protection for creatives, but also opens new doors for monetization, particularly across digital platforms and social media. For local creators, it's a long-awaited step. Many say they feel hopeful about turning their passion into profit.
I think it's a great step forward. You know, when it comes to monetizing payment content creators, you know, for years and decades, I might add, you know, we are a very talented nation.
I am elated and gratified to witness the long overdue implementation of monetization in the Bahamas.
It's actually refreshing and exciting because it can re-spark the creativity and the excitement in the young people who want to be YouTubers.
It makes me feel, you know, hopeful. Basically, that now we can monetize our content.
For those working within the orange economy, the new treaties are more than just legal safeguards. They are game changers. Content creators say they now feel motivated to share their work, knowing their intellectual property can finally be protected and monetized. They also believe this move will inspire and empower a new wave of Bahamian creatives, opening doors for others who aspire to enter the digital content space.
The fact that we can be able to monetize it now, people are going to put, including myself, going to put more time and effort in it, especially if we could bring in a little income. Price of things going up.
Now I will post probably longer content, because mostly my content is about less than a minute, sometimes over 2 minutes. So I think I'll be posting longer content now.
The motivation so that we continue to, you know, and there will be a great encouragement to continue to do what we love, and we will be, you know, doing something we love while getting paid for it at the same time.
And when it comes to world recognition, these creatives believe that this move will put a spotlight on Bahamian talent.
The Bahamas is a small country, and they can get to see how big we are when it comes to our content and what we can provide.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shalia Rule.
And still to come.
A group of Grand Bahamas Shipyard apprentices undergo training in Liverpool, England. What this opportunity means for their future career, that story, sports, and more when we return.
Step into a life of luxury and convenience with the Commonwealth Bank Platinum Card. From earning premium cashback rewards on every dollar spent to enjoying comprehensive travel insurance, shop with confidence, knowing your purchases are protected. Our Platinum Concierge service turns your requests into reality, wherever life takes you. Let the Commonwealth Bank Platinum Card be your passport to exceptional experiences. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Come on down and see what Dolly Madison has in store for you. Renovate and rejuvenate at Dolly Madison.
Looking for unbeatable tech deals? Foresight IT Professionals has desktops from $298, laptops from $238, POS systems from $498, CCTV systems from $298, tablets from $148, and more. Call 602-0946 or visit number 11 4-Way Co-op Plaza today. Don't miss the first annual Home and Hardware Expo, Saturday, June 7th at Pelican Bay from 2 to 6 p.m. Enjoy free exhibits, giveaways, and expert demos, plus an $150 short-term rental session at 3. Call 352-6126 for more details.
Sunbelt Rental of the Bahamas is seeking a skilled diesel technician with expertise in diagnosing, repairing, and overhauling diesel engine. Interested persons can bring resume to the Ministry of Grand Bahama Customer Service Department in the Harold de Gregory Building, or email bahamas@sunbeltrentals.com.
The Motor Vehicle Training School will be in Freeport, Grand Bahama, conducting CDL certifications from May 23rd to the 25th. All commercial drivers of tour, coaster, school, and charter buses, food and landscape trailers, wreckers, those towing boats, trailer heads, other commercial vehicles are required by law to have a commercial driver's license. Contact us for registration information at 829-1931. 601-0629 or email us at info@mvts-bs.com.
In the southern stretch of the Bahamas, where the ocean shifts from turquoise to deep sapphire, lies a place called Exuma. A place as rich in history as it is in natural beauty. More than just a paradise, it's a community woven together by salt, sun, and stories. Here in the heart of Exuma, the sails were up and the spirit was high for the 69th edition of the National Family Island Regatta. Thousands journeyed here not just to witness the battle on the water, but to experience the culture.
Exuma offers more than just breathtaking views. During Regatta Week, we experienced the soul of the island, a celebration of heritage, resilience, and community.
Join us on Friday, May 23rd at 8:30 p.m. for breathtaking highlights from the National Family Island Regatta. It's where the wind takes us, only on the ZNS Network.
Your number one team in the north. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Welcome back. Grand Bahamas Shipyard apprentices are undergoing training in Liverpool, England. The team will spend the next 4.5 months gaining a wealth of knowledge in various trades such as welding, pipe fitting, and mechanical engineering, while also taking in the sights and culture abroad. Training manager Alvaro Kemp details how this trip helps apprentices hone their craft.
Basically, with the qualification is at the end of the program, basically they'll be able to work on an international scale. Well, the cohorts now that went last year, they are now embedded into the Grand Bahamas Shipyard, working along with the tradesmen, getting on vessels, getting on workshop, and actually just perfecting their craft. If anybody knows what Liverpool is a party central. Obviously, one of the things I always tell my apprentices is, they need to remain focused. There's a time and a place for everything, but the main focus, the main goal is to go there, get your education, get your training, be successful. Not only make the Grand Bahamas Shipyard proud, but make the Commonwealth of the Bahamas proud.
With Liverpool, England having a whole lot to offer, the apprentices said they look forward to not only expanding their skills, but enjoying the culture.
Connecting with the other 19 apprentices, all coming from different backgrounds. We're at BTVI for 12.5 weeks, I'd say. It's just about going over there and, experiencing something new, being able to go over there for 4.5 months and get a trade and put new skills in my arsenal is a great experience.
Yeah, I was excited for about 2 months ago when they told us that we were leaving. I'm really excited to experience the new culture over there, try the different foods, try the different things over there, especially our training is going to be and learn more.
The Tourism Development Corporation is ensuring that tourists take a piece of our culture back to their countries with the official launch of the Conch Carving Initiative aimed at preserving culture heritage and creating sustainable income for residents.
Bahama is on the move. There's a lot of things that are exciting happening. This is an opportunity to bring authentic tours and experiences. Having buses come out here from Carnival Cruise Line and soon to be Royal Caribbean. The whole Conch experience for the West End.
You think of West End, you think, like Mr. Smith said, it's a capital. And it's the spotlight, the highlight is this area. We do have a lot of conch shell all over this island, but specifically here in West End, there's a lot. You can walk and you'll see the heaps. To have that turn into an artwork or an art form is great. I mean,
Member of Parliament for West Grand Bahama and Bimini, Kingsley Smith, says that the oversupply of conch shells in the area should be used to develop the economy.
Conch shell, crafting, carving, class initiative is, like Stephen said, is a game changer. There are many opportunities out there, and I encourage West Enders to take advantage of these opportunities.
And that's a look at stories making news. Jay, what's up in sports?
There's a young man in Florida, West Palm Beach. His name is Gonzalez Sufon. He's making waves in sports. Might be an NFL player coming up soon, July.
Yes. Interesting name. All right, sports is up next, but first here's a check on your local weather forecast.
Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
'Cause it's so beautiful.
Journey to a serene oasis. Relax. Rejuvenate. Renew. Welcome to Renew Day Spa. For appointments, call 352-RENU.
This June 15th, get ready for a powerful night of praise and celebration as the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, in partnership with New Life Worship Center, presents a musical concert honoring 10 fathers and celebrating ZNS 89 years of excellence. It's a moment of music, memories, and legacy. More information to follow. Stay tuned.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. BTC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
Here at Freeport Decorators, we have hundreds of products for you to choose from. Whether you're in the market for trophies, plaques, rubber stamps, corporate signs, any kind of interior signage, stamps, or seals, we're your one-stop shop. We feature glass, acrylic, crystal awards for every occasion. We build all the trophies here on site. Looking for a gift item? We feature pens, key rings, mugs, tumblers, barbecue tools, even bamboo cutting boards. Have something already? Bring it on down. Let us see if we can print that special something on it for you. Need a headstone? Memorialize the memory of your loved one with a beautifully lasered granite marker. Our store hours are Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. We focus on customization. So if you have an idea or a new concept, bring it on down or call us at 352-5557 or even WhatsApp your idea to us at 646-0777 and we will do our best to make your awards and recognition ideas a reality.
Good evening, ladies and gents. I'm Jay Philippe, and welcome to Sports Top in Sports. Another Grand Bahamian athlete is headed to college on an athletic scholarship. Former St. George's Chicago basketball player Hugo Nesbitt signed his letter of intent to attend Kansas City, Kansas Community College this coming fall season.
I am grateful, thankful that all the hours work out and I get a big opportunity for myself, my family, and to represent the Bahamas. I'm looking forward to just putting my family name on the map, making a way for all the younger people watching me to be a role model.
Still has a lot of development and learning to do, but they're going to get a kid who's starting to get it. And that's all we would ask for any of our kids, is just to try to get it. And I think with this opportunity, you know, God's willing, he's going to continue to get it.
Next in sports, Gonzalez Pedro Sufon Jr. is making quite a name for himself playing football at Palm Beach Central High School in Florida. The Bahamian native has already received 6 Division I offers from schools such as the University of Indiana, FIU, Louisiana Tech, Georgia State University, and Western Kentucky, just to name a few. Sufon played his freshman and sophomore year at St. Francis High School in Georgia and is now entering his senior year in high school. And finally in sports, scores from Week 6 of the Grand Bahama Flag Football League, 11-11 Angels shut out 14K Tigers 14-0 in ladies play. Also, Overtime Lounge Lady Elite got the W against the Tritons to improve to a league's best 6-1 on the season. On the men's side, Barcode Titans beat Coca-Cola Knights 14-12 for their second win on the season, and Sky's the Limit Rock Boys defeated Bucko's Three Links Bad Boys 2019 to remain undefeated at 6-0 on the season. Ladies and gents, that's your quick check on sports. Your Facebook friend of the day is next. I'm Jay Philippe. As always, be blessed.
This time I'm on a one-way.
Hi, I'm Melissa, and I'm a survey enumerator with the Bahamas National Statistical Institute, or BNSI. For the next few months, we will be conducting the Household Expenditure Survey on various islands.
You might be wondering, why is this survey important? Well, it helps us to determine the poverty line and assess how to ensure everyone has access to the basic services they need. This information is used by the government, businesses, researchers, and students to make informed decisions and plan for the future. We know that your time is valuable, which is why we've made the survey as simple and easy as possible. And don't worry, all your information you provide is confidential.
Your participation will help us gather accurate information that will benefit everyone in the Bahamas. Thank you for your cooperation and being a part of shaping the future of the Bahamas.
In the southern stretch of the Bahamas, where the ocean shifts from turquoise to deep sapphire, lies a place called Exuma. A place as rich in history as it is in natural beauty. More than just a paradise, it's a community woven together by salt, sun, and stories.
Here in the heart of Exuma, the sails were up and the spirit was high for the 69th edition of the National Family Island Regatta. Thousands journeyed here not just to witness the battle on the water, but to experience the culture.
Exuma offers more than just breathtaking views. During Regatta Week, we experienced the soul of the island, a celebration of heritage, resilience, and community.
Join us on Friday, May 23rd at 8:30 p.m. for breathtaking highlights from the National Family Island Regatta. It's where the wind takes us, only on the ZNS Network.
Your #1 team in the north. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And that concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Yolanda Thompson-Everest.
And I'm Jay Philippe.
Thanks so much for tuning in.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, belief in the orange economy. The Prime Minister seeks to assure as much following recent criticisms about the opposition leader's livelihood. Also, barking up the wrong tree, BTVI unionists wouldn't say so as they return to the pavement to rehash long-held grievances. And setbacks in the rear, a store built by and for Lutherans has its grand opening. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report starts now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. The Prime Minister under the microscope tonight following recent comments fired at the opposition leader that caused quite the stir on social media, bringing into question the government's commitment to strengthening the orange economy. Our Devontae Hanna spoke to the Prime Minister's Director of Communications, who sought to make clear what exactly was meant.
The war of words continue as lines seemingly drawn between the Prime Minister and the leader of the opposition following comments surrounding Michael Pintard's work history, leaving the office of the Prime Minister to say the Bahamian people are being misled by the Free National Movement.
If they read the Prime Minister's full remarks and not simply just look at what Michael Pintard is saying to avoid a conversation on his resume, then they'll have all the satisfaction that the Prime Minister don't see being a creative as a bad thing.
When speaking to party supporters over the weekend, Prime Minister the Honourable Philip Davis questioned Mr. Pintard's occupation history.
What real job has he ever had? What has he ever built? What has he ever managed outside of press conferences and political complaints?
Pintard, who is a seasoned poet and playwright, took his response to social media, asking the Prime Minister to apologize to members of the orange economy, insinuating it was a direct insult. Raming argues there was no disrespect toward the community.
And the Prime Minister never said being a creative is not a real job. In fact, I think the Prime Minister has a record of doing more for creative than Michael Pintard has ever done as the Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture.
Creating a creative and performing arts school, signing intellectual properties treaties, and supporting a Bahamian treasure, the Dundas, is all a part of the Prime Minister's desire to bolster the orange economy, according to Raming. He chalks up the Prime Minister's comments as a mere question.
So I think it's a fair question. I think we would have thought that Michael Pintard would have not feel sensitive about being asked about his resume and just simply say, what has he done, whether it's creative or any other thing. Just say to the Bahamian people what you've done.
Outside of being a creative, Pintard, who was first elected to Parliament in 2017, is an agriculturalist with degrees in anti-money laundering and compliance. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Devontae Hanna.
Well, the Director of Communications also today defending the Prime Minister's comments that the local economy has turned the corner. Addressing party supporters at an event on Sunday, Prime Minister the Honourable Philip Davis touted an improved economy since the COVID-19 pandemic, declaring that the country is no longer in crisis, but rather on a path of recovery, growth, and strengthened public optimism. His comments, however, met with criticism, with many calling him out of touch. Well, tonight, Raming assures the Davis administration is still prepared to lower the cost of living for the average Bahamian.
What the Prime Minister was speaking to was obviously the country from a macro level. Debt to GDP, growth levels is improving significantly. The Bahamas have a very positive economic growth. We have a very low unemployment. But the Prime Minister is quite aware, notwithstanding all of this accomplishments, that if it has to touch the pockets of the average man, and that's why he's doing the cuts on VAT. And I'm sure, most certainly, next week the Prime Minister will make a number of announcements to continue to provide relief and support for the Bahamian families. So, yes, we have done a lot. There's a lot more to do, and we understand that whilst the country economy is performing well generally, that we still have to bring relief to Bahamian families.
Well, it's being called one of the most significant legislative efforts in generations. And if passed, the government says it will finally bring clarity and fairness to land ownership. To get things moving, Prime Minister the Honourable Philip Davis today brought brief remarks at the Bahamas Parliamentary Land Reform Consultation, a forum designed to discuss the land adjudication and land registration bills. Now, the Prime Minister reasons that without these bills, thousands of Bahamians have been living without clear titles for their properties. The aim, then, is to fix that.
We are moving from an outdated, deed-based system to a modern, title-based registry. Every land parcel will receive a unique identification number. Owners will be issued legal certificates that serve as indisputable proof of ownership. Adjudicators, supported by teams on the ground, will visit communities, hear claims, assess evidence, and resolve disputes through an independent land tribunal. Once claims are settled, the land can be officially registered and secured. This means no more overlapping claims, no more landlocked in legal limbo, no more families unable to access mortgages.
Also tonight, no hidden agenda, just the fostering of friendship. The Chinese ambassador to the Bahamas is turning a deaf ear to detractors and is encouraging Bahamians to have confidence in China's efforts to collaborate and partner with the Bahamas on projects that aid its development. Felicity Darville takes it from here.
The United States and China this month released a joint statement that quelled potential disasters to economies around the world, including the Bahamas. Chinese Ambassador Yan Zhirong shared its significance with the Bahamian press.
The two sides reached multiple positive common understandings, and both acknowledge that the importance of a bilateral economic and trade relationship to both countries and the global economy, as well as the importance of a sustainable, long-term, and mutually beneficial economic and trade relationship. And both parties agreed to move forward in the spirit of mutual opening, continued communication, cooperation, and mutual respect.
Ambassador Yan hopes that Bahamians will have more confidence in the work that China is doing.
Many Bahamian people ask me in the past, what is the real purpose of China to try to be good friend with Bahamian? What is the purpose of your investment? What is the purpose of you, showing this kind of friendship to us? So to put it, I think I can have a very short and simple answer to that, very direct. That is, to make another friend and to make another partner.
She also answered assertions that China's loans are predatory in nature.
I think this kind of relationship, harms no one. And I think that, no matter whether it's Bahamas or China, we have the right and we also have the wisdom to choose with whom to be our friends and with whom to be our trading partners.
Ambassador Yan wants the people of the Bahamas to understand that her country's efforts towards friendship and partnership are genuine and extends to all countries. And the recent press statement between the United States and China proves just that. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Felicity Darville.
Coming up, a grim discovery in the Family Islands. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. That and more news in a moment.
Step into a life of luxury and convenience with the Commonwealth Bank Platinum Card. From earning premium cashback rewards on every dollar spent to enjoying comprehensive travel insurance, shop with confidence, knowing your purchases are protected. Our Platinum Concierge service turns your requests into reality, wherever life takes you. Let the Commonwealth Bank Platinum Card be your passport to exceptional experiences. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
KFC is giving you more to love with our KFC Bucket Meal with large size. Get the KFC Family Bucket featuring 8 pieces of juicy chicken, family fries, and 4 biscuits that feeds 4. A KFC Deluxe Bucket with 10 pieces of delicious chicken, 2 larger sides, and 4 biscuits that feeds 4 to 6. Or a KFC Party Bucket with 15 pieces of our chicken, 3 larger sides, and 6 biscuits that feeds 6. And wheel handle additions, plates, and utensils included, so you can lick your fingers and reach. KFC knows value, and it's finger licking good.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. BTC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
As a professional graphic artist, I work from anywhere in the world. When I travel, I try to keep up with my paperwork and bills as much as possible, utilizing NIB's ESS or Employee Self-Service Portal to submit my monthly payment and to upload my contribution statement makes life easier. The portal is pretty easy to use too. I consider it to be user-friendly. It asks all the necessary questions to guide me through uploading my contribution statement, and I like that it calculates my payments. The NIB representative who showed me how to use the portal, she was patient, friendly, and knowledgeable. I used to fill out my contribution statement manually and visit an NIB office every month to make payments. But now the ESS portal allows for the entire process to be completed online in a time-efficient manner. Like, yay, thank you, that's done. You should sign up today at ess@nib-bahamas.com.
Why did we decide to put together our country's first nationwide comprehensive energy reforms? We knew that there were no easy answers. BPL was more than $500 million in debt when we came in, operating a failed electricity grid with key components on the verge of collapse. A grid incapable of transmitting solar energy. Changing all of this is a huge project, one that is finally underway. The sky-high bills, the chronic power outages, they've hurt Bahamian families and Bahamian businesses. We are going to leave all of that in the past. We are taking it all on, and transforming energy is going to transform our economy. Go online now to learn more.
Portion of the news is brought to you by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, where safety is first.
Our Look Live shot tonight coming from Dolphin Key at the Atlantis Resort on Paradise Island. That shot tonight courtesy of drone pilot Destiny Reed. Good job there, Destiny. Welcome back. She's been at the helm of the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute since May 2022, but her tenure has been punctuated by a series of demonstrations, the latest occurring outside BTVI's Old Trail entrance, where disgruntled workers called for her removal. Felicity Darville has the details.
A man on his hands and knees on a leash barking. This unusual action by members of the Bahamas Union of Auxiliary Professionals in Education illustrates how they claim they're being treated like dogs. Well, union members demonstrated outside the gates of the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute on Wednesday morning, calling on the government to step in and remove the current president, Dr. Linda Davis. BUAP President Ernesto Williams.
And so we come here wearing black today, signifying death to the victimization, death to the bullying, signifying that we are calling for our nation's leaders to stand with us and do what is right for our members and the stakeholders of this institution, which is undoubtedly to remove the president.
Workers say their issues include months of delays in overtime pay, no response to requests for promotion, and more.
Many of our members have yet to receive permanent and pensionable status, although being on the contributory pension plan here at the institution. Our 52-week workers of the government's public service professional program have been permanent and had become permanent and pensionable well before BTVI's years of working officers and employees.
Dr. Davis did not return calls to ZNS News up to news time. Daniel Thompson, Secretary General of the National Congress of Trade Unions and President of the Union of Tertiary Educators, along with some of his members, also joined in the demonstration.
We are right now in a seminar with the organization of the International Labor Organization, and one of the things we're talking about is occupational safety and health, and indeed psychological warfare. Psychological malady is similar to physical illnesses and sicknesses.
BTVI student Philip Knowles also shared concerns.
We stand with our teachers.
From BTVI for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Felicity Darville.
In other news this evening, we're down to 10 days before the Atlantic hurricane season begins, and as always, the advice from officials: ramp up those preparations. State Minister in the Office of the Prime Minister, the Honourable Leon Lundy, says several initiatives are underway to encourage residents to prepare early. This as forecasters predict an above-average season with 19 named storms, 9 of which will become hurricanes and 4 to reach Category 3 status or stronger.
We did a walkabout in Centerville last week, and just this Saturday passing, we had a marathon. We were at the Marathon Mall, and we were doing some activities there, just alerting the public as to preparedness and what they need to do to prepare. We'll be doing our media rounds for a lot of talk shows and everything coming up this week and the following week. And of course, we'll have our opening message for the start of the hurricane season, and that'll be on time, on point, right before the season starts.
Now, in the wake of recent brush fires here in the capital, Abaco and Grand Bahama, Andy says the government has secured several water tanks that will be distributed to the Family Islands in advance of unforeseen weather.
We had in some water tankers come in, and right now we're just waiting on the trucks that'll be pulling them, and then we'll distribute them throughout 4 or 5 islands where we have the fires.
Well, tonight we have details of a grim discovery over in Acklands. The decomposed body of a man missing since February 12th was found in bushes in Spring Point this morning. Authorities say the body was found in the same area where James McKinney, a man in his 60s, was reportedly last seen by his family. Now, back in February, police launched a search to find McKinney, who used his cell phone to alert his family that he was lost in bushes. Here's what Superintendent of Police on that island, Eli Ascar, shared with us.
Sometime around 7 a.m., the Spring Point Police Station, located here in Auckland, received information from one of the island residents who stated that during his search for cast gorilla bark in the Spring Point area, he would have stumbled across what he believed to be that of human remains in the bush area. As a result of the information provided, a team of officers, along with the island doctor, went to the location to verify the information that was given. Sometime around 10:20 this morning, the team located the remains, which was verified by the doctor to be that of human remains. The body was in an advanced state of decomposition.
This portion of the news is brought to you by folk called Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
Measles is on the rise around the world, and the Bahamas is at risk,
which makes us very vulnerable as a nation for the possible outbreak of measles cases.
Every Saturday in May from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., the Ministry of Health and Wellness will host MMR immunization visits in South Beach, Coconut Grove, Fox Hill, and Elizabeth Estates. Clinics in these areas will remain open until 8 p.m. twice per week. Get your child immunized now.
Are you straight? Bro, I ain't getting no service. I can't make no calls. I can't post nothing on my stories. I don't get it.
Wait, you on a live? Shad, come, let's fix that. Come. This one needs saving. Pour them over, please.
Say less. Sign up today. Enjoy 5 gigs on us with select prepaid plans when you port your number to Alive, or 3 months free Alive Fiber services when you port your landline.
We're all in this boat together. It takes a team to do it. It doesn't take one person or 3 people, 5 people. It takes a team of people to pull this thing off.
We have about 72 employees in Freeport, and the rest are in Nassau, Avalcona, Luthra, a total of over 165.
A lot of people are not aware that Sans is brewed here in the Bahamas. It's produced here in Grand Bahama Island after Dorian, and especially during the pandemic. Every time I saw a bottle of beer, every time I saw a Sans product, it represented resilience.
The only thing I can say to the Bahamian people is to support your own.
All of us are in this boat together, our staff, the country, everyone. And we've been through a lot of rough patches, taking on water, bail the water out, and now it's time to be sailing forward. And we need everyone's support to make that happen.
Do you ever just want more?
But wait, there's Marco's! Introducing the More Marco's menu, packed with your favorites starting at just $6. Like our warm, golden baked cheesy bread, crispy stuffed risotto. How about a hot, fresh, medium one-topping pizza, subs, calzones, pizza bowls, and more. Starting at just $6. Certain restrictions apply. More variety, more value, more Marco's! Order today at Marco's Pizza, Bahamas.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station, open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
This portion of the news is brought to you by 700 Wines and Spirits, bringing celebration across the nation.
Times are tough, but it's worth repeating. Don't allow yourself to get sucked into phony pitches and fake inducements, as the case with a gift card purportedly being offered by a leading food store chain. According to an ad making the rounds on social media, Super Values offering $350 once consumers click a fill out the form button and answer a few questions. The ad admonishes participants to hurry up, as this is a limited time offer. The promotion it adds is valid until today, and that's May 21st. Now, the scam prompting Super Value officials to issue a warning for its customers to beware and to always remember that official promotions will always be communicated through its verified social media platforms. That said, if you suspect a scam, be sure to contact Super Value's customer service department, and that's at 361-5220. Well, in related news, it's a story of loss, but also one of triumph. Just as AML Foods pick up the pieces of its recently burnt Old Trail buildings, a new one has been erected on the island of Eleuthera. Our Danielle Dean is on the ground in Governor's Harbor for the grand opening.
After multiple delays, finally success. On either side of me are fully stocked shelves at AML Foods' most recent branch, Eleuthera Markets.
Within these walls, our $1.6 million investment in this project is clearly reflected. We're proud to say that 95% of the renovation work was carried out by local contractors, and we've retained 100% of the staff of the boroughs who work for the Borough of Valley.
The location previously housed a smaller grocery retailer, Borough's one-stop shop. Back in December of 2024, AML settled the $2.5 million purchase with their mind set on opening in March. However, local government elections resulted in a lull. But AML Foods CEO Gavin Washorn is committed to carrying on the legacy of the beloved store.
And we're committed to delivering the same exceptional quality and affordable shopping experiences that you gave to the people of Eleuthera.
AML executives bragged on and stressed the importance of hiring 100% local.
So the manager of the store is a very interesting story. He's originally from Eleuthera, moved to, I think, Freeport, then moved to Nassau in various roles. And so this is going to be his first, this is him returning home, but now to be manager of this store. So it's really a great story of succession, a continual investment in our people. And so all of our staff here are going to be local. And as much as we can continue to support our locals, so if you're from Eleuthera and you're looking for opportunities, we'll tell you, we're looking for great people who are going to become associates, ambassadors for the store and our brand here in Eleuthera.
The establishment employs 24 total. Reporting from Governor's Harbor, Eleuthera for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Danielle Dean.
Great job there, Danielle, and her trusted camera woman, Agatha Christie. Well, LaDawn and Marlena join us live for a sneak peek of Access Now. Ladies?
Makushla Radio is celebrating 89 years, and I gotta ask you, Marlena, are you guys thinking about going to the gospel concert this Sunday? Marlena, Makushla? No, yeah, maybe.
Definitely. I mean, think about it. 1936.
Yes.
Can you imagine what the first broadcast would have been about? Can we find that out? I think that'd be a fun story.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. 1936.
1936.
Wow. Well, stay with us. The National Report is back after the break.
Diet-friendly special.
When your hands are too full, life is just too complicated. Lala, Sally, come here. Uncomplicate. Go faster, safer, greener with the digital way to pay. With Tap to Pay, it's as easy as a gentle touch. No more headaches. Say hello to convenience. The future of pay is digital with options like credit cards, debit cards, online banking, and digital wallets. Make every experience unforgettable. Embrace the ease of digital payments today.
And I'm a survey enumerator with the Bahamas National Statistical Institute, or BNSI. For the next few months, we will be conducting the Household Expenditure Survey on various islands.
You might be wondering, why is this survey important? Well, it helps us to determine the poverty line and assess how to ensure everyone has access to the basic services they need. This information is used by the government, businesses, researchers, and students to make informed decisions and plan for the future. We know that your time is valuable, which is why we've made the survey as simple and easy as possible. And don't worry, all your information you provide is confidential.
Your participation will help us gather accurate information that will benefit everyone in the Bahamas. Thank you for your cooperation and being a part of shaping the future of the Bahamas.
And finally tonight, the men's branch of the Progressive Liberal Party honoring former Prime Minister, the Right Honourable Perry Christie, with its prestigious Golden Hand Award. Christie was first elected Prime Minister in 2002, bowing out of frontline politics in 2017 after 2 non-consecutive terms as PM. His administration is credited with the first significant push to implement national health insurance, the urban renewal program, and playing a pivotal role in opening the multi-billion-dollar Bahama resort. In accepting the award, Mr. Christie thanked those who worked alongside him.
When leaders get an award, it really reflects the extent to which he had a team supporting him. And so I, on this occasion, express my gratitude to those who served with me and who contributed magnificently to our cause.
And that there does it for the National Report, but stay close. The Bahamas Tonight continues with Access Now.
How do ideas become plans? Plans become memories.
So you like my new room?
And dreams become your life.
This is Night-Time.
Do you remember when hope became a house? When that house became a home? Your ideas are everything, and we're here to help make them happen. Your idea of yes, I can happens here.
Measles is on the rise around the world, and the Bahamas is at risk.
Which makes us very vulnerable as a nation for the possible outbreak of measles cases.
Every Saturday in May from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., the Ministry of Health and Wellness will host MMR immunization visits in South Beach, Coconut Grove, Fox Hill, and Elizabeth Estates. Clinics in these areas will remain open until 8 p.m. twice per week. Get your child immunized now.
Celebrating all things pineapple. General Manager of Cultural and Authentic Events for the Ministry of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, Nicola Reed Simmons, announced this year's Pineapple Festival in Gregorytown, Eleuthera, which aims to offer a taste of the sweets and treats you know and love.
So the Ministry of Tourism is hosting once again the 36th annual Pineapple Festival in beautiful Gregorytown, Eleuthera. It's going to be held June 6th and 7th. We want to encourage everyone to come on down. It's going to be a great time. There's something for for everyone. The Pineapple Festival is a celebration of pineapple farming on the island of Eleuthera, and it is an opportunity for all the farmers to share their crops, and we like to encourage that. The festival, as you know, is one of tourism's signature events, and it attracts Bahamians and visitors from all walks of life. It drives incremental sales and travel to the island, and it provides an opportunity to enhance the visitor experience. And of course, everyone, they end up recommending the beautiful island, tourists and locals alike. This year's Pineapple Festival, all of the fun games that they normally have, like the pineapple eating contest, everyone looks forward to that. Of course, there are going to be bush tea demos, pineapple jam making demonstrations. At night, it comes alive, the best in entertainment, the best in Bahamian music. This particular event really focuses on the tradition of pineapple farming. There's so much to learn about that particular culture, why we do our part to assist the local farmers on the island. It's just a fun time. We want everyone to come out and experience the island and what they have to offer, but with great music, great entertainment. I want to also let everyone know to get in for adults, it's $10, and for kids, it's $5. It's a good time. It's not a lot of money, and it's 2 days. 2 days of fun and excitement in the sun.
For more tourism updates, visit Tourism Today or Bahamas.com. I'm Michael Miller, and this is Tourism Today.
5 Bahamians selected to attend the Caribbean-Canada Dialogue Conference. Some good news there.
And more good news for young people. 29 of them graduate from the Ministry of Youth's Job Ready programs. Stay close for that.
Plus, ZNS Radio celebrates 89 years and is having a grand gospel concert. Details are on the way.
And coming up in sports, champions crowned in GAAA soccer.
Tonight, access now starts now.
Good evening, everyone. I'm LaDawn Davis.
And I'm Marlena Leonard. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, Access Now.
Well, all skies are clear and all doors are open and no one is locked out, so we're having the all clear to proceed, Marlena.
Sounds good to me, LaDawn. But you know, some people are insisting that we reveal the name of the person who was locked out of their office twice and for hours at a time in one day. So what do you think? Should we reveal them? Should we expose them?
Not sure yet, Marlena, but let's think about that one. But for now, let's dive right into the news, shall we? The lives of 5 Bahamian professionals are about to change as they grace the international leadership stage as they participate in the Caribbean-Canada Leaders Dialogue. KPMG Bahamas Assistant Manager Julian Grant, Office of the Prime Minister Operations Manager Angelo Hart, Bahamas Power and Light Distribution Buyer Corey Hamilton, Creative Solutions Strategist Candice Marshall, and entrepreneur Cache Knowles will travel to Toronto, Canada this week to meet with 100 global leaders to enhance their leadership skills. This prestigious program that is held every 4 years and hosted by the Duke of Edinburgh Commonwealth Study Conference in Canada will take place from May 22nd to June 1st under the leadership of Her Royal Highness Princess Anne of the United Kingdom. After the conference, the Bahamas delegates will travel to Barbados, Bermuda, Grenada, Guyana, Jamaica, and the Bahamas to explore themes that shape policy and innovation. Marlena?
Sounds like an absolutely amazing opportunity. Speaking of, 29 youngsters between the ages of 16 to 18 are the recent graduates of the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture's Job Ready program. The group graduated in grand style, and our Corbell Pyfram attended the ceremony.
I am Jalen Umbrista, and I came to Nassau to have a better life.
16-year-old Jalen Umbrista is one of this year's 29 graduates of the Ministry of Youth's Job Ready program.
The Job Ready program is an opportunity, an amazing opportunity, I should add, for young persons who are recent high school graduates between the ages of 16 to 18.
It's a 9-week program where the youngsters engage in soft skills and personal development training, as well as learning a technical hard skill. Completing an internship is a must for graduating. Alexia Roll, the program's lead facilitator, explains what it's all for.
All in the aim to provide them with the confidence, the skills, the fortitude that they need to succeed in the working world and at life in general.
Youth Minister Mario Bolag agrees.
Today, job readiness training is more than simply getting hired. In these recent times, it must focus more on helping young people to gain independence and find sense of belonging.
Hunae Moss feels the program was the right decision for her.
Every single day, it was a new adventure. We met different people every single day, and we learned something new every day. And that was most important, that we learned something new every single day.
While Jalen offers up this advice.
Advice: stay in school, listen to your parents, and always remember when she say come inside.
It's perhaps unlikely that all 29 of these graduates will find work right away, but it's a clear guarantee that they are all job ready. For the Bahamas Tonight, Access Now, I'm Corvell Pfeiffer.
A good initiative there. Thanks a lot, Corvell. Well, for nearly 9 decades, the ZNS Radio Department has been the heartbeat of information, inspiration, and island-wide connection, reaching every island, key, and community in the Bahamas. Whether it's breaking news, community updates, gospel inspiration, or cultural programming, ZNS Radio has been a trusted voice in Bahamian homes for generations. Clint Watson, General Manager of the Broadcasting Corporation, emphasized the importance of this department to this country.
89 years of people depending on ZNS, 89 years of people relying on us to give them news every day, every morning. It's a sense of normalcy for people throughout the Family Islands. When they hear that morning jingle, they know that they're still in the Bahamas and all is well in the capital.
ZNS is inviting the public to attend what they describe as a spirit-filled, joyful night of music and reflection.
We're welcoming one and all to come on down to Southland Cathedral Global Ministries this Sunday at 7 p.m. for the Awesome God concert, and it is in celebration of our 89th anniversary.
But that's the importance of connecting with us, and so we want to invite everyone, wherever you are, come on out and meet your favorite radio personality. Come on, connect with them. Come on, connect with us.
The Awesome God concert promises an evening of inspiration, praise, and celebration featuring a lineup of acclaimed gospel artists, including DJ Godson, E-Man, Mario, Simeon Ouden, Katura Clark, and many more guests.
Definitely an amazing celebration, going to be a night to remember. Well, cars lined the R.M. Bailey Park back in March for the first ever car seat drive, and organizers are now set for its second drive in mid-August. It's one of many events spearheaded by Favors Assignment, a nonprofit organization helping parents cope with the loss of their newborns and those whose babies are still fighting to live in the NCU ward at the Princess Margaret Hospital. Founder Christina Burrows-Clear, who lost her daughter Favor nearly 2 years ago, says she's happy that her organization is able to be a hand up for Bahamians who need it.
Had about 20 car seats that we were able to give to people who were in need. We had strollers, we had walkers, we had playpens, and we had Pampers and baby food. We gave out gift certificates. It was so warming. It was so fulfilling just to be able to give back.
Burrows-Clear says the demand for baby necessities are great, and she hopes that members of Corporate Bahamas will step in and do their part.
We're not even able to reach everyone that, yes, that was there. But with the help of our community, with the help of private sponsors, maybe somebody's going to be watching and listening and feel inclined to help and donate one car seat, even if it is brand new or lightly used or a gift certificate or a pack of Pampers. We will take it because women, men, babies are in need in this country.
Well, still to come, today is Wednesday, so you know what that means. It's time for Leno Wealthwise. Stay close.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. BTC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
Come and visit us at Shop Smart, 'cause everything is here.
Yes, we have it all for you. Toys, clothing, office supplies, appliances, custom cut blinds, bedding, drapes, and rugs. Come and visit us on Mackey Street, 2 blocks down from Wolf Road. Call us at 698-1052.
Shop Smart, Shop Smart, at Shop Smart. Oh, everything is here.
After 30 years of banking, I've decided to take a leap of faith. I moved from banking into an untapped industry, which is manufacturing in the Bahamas. And now we are standing on 3 acres of land on which we're going to be putting the Bahamas' first end-to-end plastic recycling company, Eden Recycling and Manufacturing Company Limited. Eden has 2 arms, recycling and manufacturing.
This is groundbreaking for us. It's never been done before. It really makes a difference, not only in the Bahamas, but even around the world. This is not just a project that we're doing so that we can make a couple of dollars. We want to make sure that it benefits those who come after us. In future generations, we hope that this is a small vision, that they will take it and they'll expand on it. We can have the formula for what it means to do end-to-end recycling in the Bahamas, in the region, and even if we have to export these ideas and thoughts and concepts even into the U.S.
You're looking at a shot of Fort Charlotte in the evening. That shot is courtesy of our drone pilot, Destiny Reed. Good stuff there, Destiny. Well, let's take another flight down to Mangrove Key Andros. Let's go.
Andros, one family is turning melodies into memories. What started with a father's love for music has become a multi-generational legacy. Tonight, we introduce you to the Smith family and the sound of their bond.
Christopher Smith Sr., a native of Andros, believed in the power of music, not just as art, but as a way to bring people together. He taught his children that every beat, every note was a chance to connect.
Growing up, we were always around music. Music definitely was a bonding time for us because we spent a lot of time doing it.
Now his son, Christopher Smith Jr., carries that tune forward with the Spice Band, blending Caribbean soul with a message of unity.
Well, definitely small. When I was smaller, my dad always used to be playing music in the house. Like, literally, I was surrounded by music. And when he's playing the guitar, he's playing the bass. He also plays the drums and the keyboard. So I kind of patterned my style after him.
And now the legacy continues with the youngest generation. Tanae and Christopher, the grandchildren of Christopher Smith Sr., are stepping into the spotlight.
I would like to be just like my daddy.
My love for drumming grew watching my dad play music.
I feel like it's a reincarnation, because like the same bond I get with my dad doing music, I get the same bond with my son.
3 generations, 1 rhythm, and a bond that only grows stronger with each song. For the Bahamas Tonight Access Now, I'm Destiny Reed.
Thanks, Destiny. Well, as promised, we said it was Wednesday, and it's time for Leno's WealthWise Financial Tips, teaching you how to properly manage your finances and eventually your portfolios.
Understanding the basics of investing can mean the difference between growing your money or losing it. VP of Investments Sonia Benaby says that's why financial literacy is so important, especially for new investors.
Financial literacy is the ability to understand and use financial skills like budgeting, investing, and debt management. In today's economy, it is essential that everyone has basic knowledge and understanding of money management in their life. It helps us greatly as individuals in making prudent financial and non-financial decisions.
Getting started doesn't have to be complicated or expensive. Benaby says the key is to start small and stay consistent.
A common misconception about investing is that you need a large sum of money to get started. Small, consistent investing can go a long way over time.
So where do you begin? Financial literacy can start with just a little research and a few resources you already have access to.
Information on savings and investing is everywhere. Financial institutions such as BTVI, the Central Bank of the Bahamas, the commercial banks, broker-dealers such as Leno, and many others have hosted and sponsored financial literacy talk shows, seminars, and lectures.
Just starting out? Looking to sharpen your skills? No problem. Investing in your financial education could be the smartest move you make this year. So let's do it. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Diane Dorset.
Always a pleasure to hear from our friends at Leno. Well, let's check in with ZNS Total Sports to see what's on tap sports-wise.
And new junior champions crowned in GSSA soccer. Details of that story and more coming up in sports.
At RBC, we're proud to support Alive's Ultimate Business Makeover campaign for a second year. We know that micro, small, and medium businesses are vital to our economy. They drive innovation, and more importantly, they create jobs. By investing in their growth, we're fostering economic success, and together we can pave the road to a thriving business community.
Measles is on the rise around the world, and the Bahamas is at risk,
which makes us very vulnerable as a nation for the possible outbreak of measles cases.
Every Saturday in May from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., the Ministry of Health and Wellness will host MMR immunization visits in South Beach, Coconut Grove, Fox Hill, and Elizabeth Estates. Clinics in these areas will remain open until 8 p.m. twice per week. Get your child immunized now.
What? You don't know who TDC is? Tourism Development Corporation? You mean the Ministry of Tourism? No, that ain't the same thing, but the Tourism Development Corporation helps develop and grow Bahamian businesses in the tourism industry. You heard what they say, boy? Oh, yeah. Develop and grow. You don't know what all the things saying do? What does do?
Hey, check the website, boy. Start your journey to ownership of our #1 industry today. Log on to tdcbahamas.com.
Summer in the Bahamas. The weather is hot, but not as hot as the ZNS summer packages. Get ads on ZNS TV or ZNS Radio Network or the TV community page, or a combination of all three. ZNS has got you covered with great prices, whatever package you choose. Book before June 7th and get the local Federation Championship Baseball bonus full of all kinds of extras free of charge. Contact your account executive or call ZNS Sales at 502-3800 today. Hot summer package rates valid until July 31st.
Bahamas Striping group of companies, we have been in Exuma now for the past 4 years, carrying out our paving program. A part of our company's philosophy is producing work to international standards. So when you look at our paving division, we have a state-of-the-art lab to do all of our testing in-house, as well as a state-of-the-art asphalt plant with a trained technician carrying out the work on that site. The overarching goal of our company is to produce the work that we're doing in the entire Bahamas to international standards. We also make a difference by the training of our staff. We have a very intensive training program going on to where we are teaching young men how to learn the art of striping. Being a young man myself, I've made mistakes in the past. I was given a second chance to better my life, and it's only fitting that we pass that along. What's important for us is giving them a second chance for them to get a skill and a career that could take them further in life.
Welcome to your Wednesday evening sports check, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles. Topping sports, the HNH Alliance Junior Girls and the Anatole Rogers Timberwolves Junior Boys both successfully defended their titles at the 2025 GSSA Soccer Championships yesterday at the Roscoe Davies Soccer Fields. The Lions held on to a 1-zip halftime lead to retain their title against the D.W. Davis Royals in the Junior Girls matchup, ending the game by that same score. Deja Barry would be named MVP of the game. Meanwhile, the Timberwolves Junior Boys, who have not lost a GSSA soccer final since 2018, kept that streak going with a narrow 2-1 win over the S. McPherson Sharks. Caleb Valbrum would be named their MVP in that one. Now, the GSSA will be represented by the Royals and Lions Junior Girls and the Timberwolves and Sharks Junior Boys at the 2025 Providence Junior High School Championships. A Bahamian baseball prospect continuing to climb up the MLB prospect rankings, only ensuring that it will be when, not if, he gets called up to the show. Shortstop Sebastian Walcott currently sits at number 4 on MLB's recently released Top 100 Prospects list, moving up 5 spots from last year. Walcott, currently the number 1 rated prospect in the Texas Rangers organization, would go 1 for 5 on Saturday for AA Frisco, that one hit being his 5th home run of the year. 3 of those homers have come in his last 5 games. Walcott currently batting .239 through 36 games. 6'4" slugger offers a blend of power and speed, recording 10 home runs and 26 steals last season at high A at just 18 years old. So in baseball earlier this week, Bahamian LB All-Star and New York Yankees second baseman Jazz Chisholm Jr. hosted his 2nd annual Jazz Chisholm Foundation Fashion Show in New York City. The event brought together a dynamic mix of athletes, musicians, and media personalities to support youth and families in New York, Florida, and the Bahamas. The gathering celebrated the intersection of fashion, sports, and philanthropy, featuring a runway show where jazz and celebrity guests showcased their signature tunnel fits and sneakers. So in the Diamond Team, Bahamas currently with an 18-member team over in Ecuador competing in the Pony Baseball Colt 16U Caribbean and Latin America Baseball Zone Championships. The team taking to the field earlier today, but it would be a tough out as they would fall 9-zip to Puerto Rico in the opener. Now, the team is made up of players from the Junior Baseball League of Nassau, the Grand Bahama Little League, as well as Abaco. There are 10 teams in the tournament. The Bahamas has to win in order to qualify for the Pony Baseball World Series.
I just feel like we came out flat. You know, took a lot of strikes. We wasn't ready to play today. But I think the boys be ready to bounce back next game. I just think the boys need to have a mindset ready to play, you know. So don't worry about the small things. Just control what you could control and play baseball.
I just felt like we did a poor job with communication. Communication was pretty off, and then made some minor errors that led to big plays. So once we get that, we should be all right.
And that's where we look at your sports on this Wednesday. A check on weather when we return.
Why did we decide to put together our country's first nationwide comprehensive energy reforms? We knew that there were no easy answers. BPL was more than $500 million in debt when we came in, operating a failed electricity grid with key components on the verge of collapse. A grid incapable of transmitting solar energy. Changing all of this is a huge project, one that is finally underway. The sky-high bills, the chronic power outages, they've hurt Bahamian families and Bahamian businesses. We are going to leave all of that in the past. We are taking it all on, and transforming energy is going to transform our economy. Go online now to learn more.
Hi, I'm Melissa, and I'm a survey enumerator with the Bahamas National Statistical Institute, or BNSI. For the next few months, we will be conducting the Household Expenditure Survey on various islands.
You might be wondering, why is this survey important? Well, it helps us to determine the poverty line and assess how to ensure everyone has access to the basic services they need. This information is used by the government, businesses, researchers, and students to make informed decisions and plan for the future. We know that your time is valuable, which is why we've made the survey as simple and easy as possible. And don't worry, all your information you provide is confidential.
Your participation will help us gather accurate information that will benefit everyone in the Bahamas. Thank you for your cooperation and being a part of shaping the future of the Bahamas.
Welcome to What's Trending. Join me, Jiminita Swain.
And me, The Bahama Beauty, Monday through Thursday at 6 p.m.
Only on the ZNS Network.
It's time for your Access weather forecast. The persistent dry conditions remain with us, but the extreme northern Bahamas, well, they will see an increase in showers as we head into Friday, and mainly that's Grand Bahama and the Abaco. But for the rest of us throughout the country, we will continue to enjoy those hot, humid conditions for the next several days, which will take us right through the weekend. Now, your boating forecast tonight, as usual, is brought to you by Live Business, where we bulk up your business. In the northwestern islands tonight, south to southwest winds at 10 to 15 knots, the wave heights 2 to 4 feet. The low tide, that will take place at 9:42 tonight. And for the central and southeastern parts of our country, light and variable winds, very flat sea. So if you're out there on the ocean, some beautiful boating conditions are for you. And then Thursday, a slight change. The winds become southwest to west at 10 to 15 knots. The wave heights 2 to 4 feet. The low tide tomorrow, 10:10 in the morning. High tide at 4:28 in the afternoon. And for the central and southeastern islands, no change. That light and variable winds and flat seas will continue. And then on Friday in the northwestern islands, the winds become southerly at 10 to 15 knots. The wave heights 2 to 4 feet. The low tide on Friday, that will take place at 11:02 in the morning, with the high tide at 5:25 in the afternoon. For the central and southeastern islands, again, those light and variable conditions will continue. And that's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Don't mind anybody else. You got to think for yourself. Some things I could do myself, but right now I really need your help. Just listen attentively. I got some questions to ask ya. Let's go! If I pick up something and wave, follow me, follow me. If I grab someone and whine, follow me, follow me. If I get up, jump up and down, I follow me.
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But join me at 11 o'clock for a full weather update. LaDawn and Marlena.
Thanks a lot, Basil. Some would say a beautiful rest of the week is in tow. It looks like no rain.
Well, I mean, some may disagree with you, LaDawn. Like some people have gardens or like a little farm thing they're trying to do. So like a little shower, just a little, like an hour before y'all blame me if a storm comes. Just a little rain. Some people need it for their plants. Just my 5 cents.
I want the cold front.
I want the cold front too.
Yeah, I miss it. Definitely miss it. And with that said, let's take a look at Let's Talk Socials with our Nika Bannister, who is filling in for Matea Cunningham.
Hey everyone, I'm Arnika, and welcome back to another segment of Let's Talk Socials. You know we're always here for what's lighting up our timelines, and this week it's all about Blue Ivy Carter. Beyonce's daughter has been stealing the show on the Renaissance World Tour, and social media cannot get enough. From a choreography to confidence, the 12-year-old is serving star power and giving us major, like mother, like daughter energy. So let's get into it. Hold on to your cowboy hats, y'all, because Blue Ivy Carter just proved again that she definitely has talent. During a show-stopping moment on Beyonce's Cowboy Carter tour, 12-year-old Blue Ivy took the stage and the crowd lost it.
Do it again. Hey, yo, see what I ain't playing. I'm just thinking about you. Put that shit on the trim. Take back your plan. Things that I know what to fit. When that shit I know start to trip. Take the Bugatti, I put a spin. Ain't no top, feel them put on my skin. Snakes on the pin. They ain't don't listen to them. They bite every once in the gym, but they get stomped down weary.
Wearing a Western chic outfit that matched her mom's iconic style, Blue Ivy delivered a dance performance that had fans on their feet and social media in a frenzy. This isn't her first rodeo. Blue Ivy has been sharing the stage with Beyonce since the Renaissance tour, but this Cowboy Carter performance felt like a whole new level of confidence. The internet is calling her Princess of the Beehive, and honestly, not one lie was told. Blue Ivy is really stealing the show. With Beyonce proudly watching, it is clear this mother-daughter duo is rewriting the rules of showbiz, one tour stop at a time. And this has been another segment of Let's Talk Socials. I'm Arnika. See you next time.
Great job, Anika. Well, that does it for Access Now this evening, Melina.
Yes, but stay tuned for the rundown with Clint Watson, who has as his guests tonight Atario Mitchell and Dominic Sturrock from Bahamas Striping.
Good night, everybody.
This public service announcement has been brought to you by the Bahamas National Trust in conjunction with the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
For 60 years, we have been here, the voice of the environment. Here, speaking up and for your national parks, all across the islands of this nation. The places God visits for vacation, spanning over 2.5 million acres of land and sea. How delighted then he must be to see a sea of pink, as flamingos mingle and haven like jingles play where queen counts still sleep. And if you listen, you can hear it. The words of gossiping parrots awaiting the diction of the day. All 365 of them, that's every day and every year, 15,000 children share in the beauty of this playground. Our name is yours. And we have been yours for years unnoticed. Don't forget us. Support us. Your national parks. The defenders of your environment. Join us. Remember, our cause is yours. The first land and sea park in the world is yours. Heritage. Here it is. When was the last time you gasped at our scenery, gotten lost in the depth of our reefs, or even awed at the green of the leaves of our trees? Don't hesitate to donate and volunteer. Don't hesitate to care. We are here for you. The Bahamas National Trust, BNT. 3 letters that spell out simply, perfectly, and undoubtedly that we are yours.
Join us on Social Mania, a new and dynamic game show based on the Ministry of Education's primary and junior high school social studies curriculum. Students from schools across the Bahamas go head-to-head as their knowledge of social studies is challenged. In this episode, Gambier Primary battles with Sadie Curtis Primary School. Which school will emerge as winner? To find out, join us as these 2 schools engage in intense competition. Don't miss it.
The National Voice turns 89, and we're inviting you to celebrate with us. Sunday, May 25th, we're taking you to church for our 11 a.m. service live from Grace Community Church in Palmetto Avenue. Then, join us for the Awesome God concert live from Southland Cathedral on Soldier Road beginning promptly at 7 p.m. I'm talking Christopher Roberts, Simeon Alton, Shabak, Dwight and Brister, Eman, Carity Newton and Southland Music, DJ Godson, and much more. This concert is totally free, so come and celebrate with us.
Yo, what's up? It's your girl Nika B, and I'm bringing you the heat with my crew on The Drop. We vibing, we reacting.
Hot videos.
We talking to the hottest music producers,
hot interviewers,
Bahamian artists, and Bahamian DJs. Trust me, y'all ain't never want to miss this energy on The Drop.
This your boy Shine 242, and if you want exclusive interviews, hot videos, hot music, then tune into The Drop, man.
It's only right here on The Drop, exclusively on ZNS.
Let's go, man.
In the southern stretch of the Bahamas, where the ocean shifts from turquoise to deep sapphire, lies a place called Exuma. A place as rich in history as it is in natural beauty. More than just a paradise, it's a community woven together by salt, sun, and stories. Here in the heart of Exuma, the sails were up and the spirit was high for the 69th edition of the National Family Island Regatta. Thousands journeyed here not just to witness the battle on the water, but to experience the culture.
Exuma offers more than just breathtaking views. During Regatta Week, we experienced the soul of the island, a celebration of heritage, resilience, and community.
Join us on Friday, May 23rd at 8:30 p.m. for breathtaking highlights from the National Family Island Regatta. It's where the wind takes us, only on the ZNS Network.
Hi, I am Director Sharita Murphy of Harvest Discipleship Center. Tune in this Sunday at 4:30 p.m. with Pastor Charles for Words and Wonders, here on the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
Welcome to What's Trending. Join me, Jiminita Swain.
And me, the Bahama Beauty, Monday through Thursday at 6 p.m.
Only on the ZNS Network.
At Harold One, I'm Ted Jervis, and this is ZNS.
The Rundown is brought to you by Commonwealth Brewery Limited.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the show. It's great to have you with us for another evening. Well, the Prime Minister on the microscope tonight following recent comments fired at the opposition leader that caused quite the stir in social media, bringing into question the government's commitment to strengthening the orange economy. The Prime Minister's Director of Communications spoke with Devontae Hanna on the issue.
The war of words continue as lines seemingly drawn between the Prime Minister and the leader of the opposition following comments surrounding Michael Pintard's work history, leaving the office of the Prime Minister to say the Bahamian people are being misled by the Free National Movement.
If they read the Prime Minister's full remarks and not simply just look at what Michael Pintard is saying to avoid a conversation on his resume, then they'll have all the satisfaction that the Prime Minister don't see being a creative as a bad thing.
When speaking to party supporters over the weekend, Prime Minister the Honourable Philip Davis questioned Mr. Pintard's occupation history.
What real job has he ever had? What has he ever built? What has he ever managed outside of press conferences and political complaints?
Pintard, who is a seasoned poet and playwright, took his response to social media, asking the Prime Minister to apologize to members of the orange economy, insinuating it was a direct insult. Raming argues there was no disrespect toward the community.
And the Prime Minister never said being a creative is not a real job. In fact, I think the Prime Minister has a record of doing more for creative than Michael Pintard has ever done as the Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture.
Creating a creative and performing arts school, signing intellectual properties treaties, and supporting a Bahamian treasure, the Dundas, is all a part of the Prime Minister's desire to bolster the orange economy, according to Raming. He chalks up the Prime Minister's comments as a mere question.
So I think it's a fair question. I think we would have thought that Michael Pintard would have not feel sensitive about being asked about his resume and just simply say, what has he done, whether it's creative or any other thing. Just say to the Bahamian people what you've done.
Outside of being a creative, Pintard, who was first elected to Parliament in 2017, is an agriculturalist with degrees in anti-money laundering and compliance. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Devontae Hanna.
So obviously, this is a point of contention that the opposition Free National Movement is actually playing up on, right? If you look on the social media platforms, they're putting out every day persons in the creative arts industry who have done well and saying, well, are you saying these aren't real jobs and so forth? So, you know, it's a bit much, because I think they're stretching it, trying to create the notion that he has insulted the creative arts. And if you listen to the soundbite, which is I'm happy we played, so you could hear what the Prime Minister said at that speech. Did you get that? Did you get that he was criticizing him in the creative arts, or did you get that he was saying, well, what have you done to validate yourself for the role of Prime Minister? And I think it was a good way to spin a few words. Not bad. Free National Movement, I think, if you see a door open to go in and to create something, why not do it? We're going into that kind of season, so the Free National Movement probably did a good job trying to spin that. But I think if we remove all of the theatrics out of it, we understand what the Prime Minister is trying to say. At the end of the day, he's vouching it and saying, listen, if you think I would insult the creative industry, then judge again. Look at what his administration has done. They're creating the first school of the performing arts. They've given the first ever government grant to the Dundas Center. So again, he's proving that, listen, his administration has always been one to support the creative arts. I know that working there in the office of the Prime Minister, that it was a major item on his agenda. So he wasn't against the creative arts, never mocked them. As a matter of fact, he's trying to legitimize the work of creative arts. But again, if you don't clarify your words when you speak nowadays, it could get misinterpreted, and the opposition was ready to pick up and put a spin on it, and this is what we have. Hopefully the theatrics on this will wash away, because I believe there are bigger issues in our country that we ought to be debating rather than trying to create something out of what I believe is not the issue right now. Right now the issue is creating a better economic opportunity for Bahamians, providing a sound economy, providing reducing the cost of living, providing opportunities for businesses to thrive and develop. That ought to be the debate. And I think we ought to take the attention off the theatrics, and let's focus on what each party, each campaign, each leader is presenting or trying to do. That's where the focus needs to be. So let's put the sideshow aside and let's stay focused on the real story here. Well, on to another story tonight. The Davis administration is bringing clarity and fairness to land ownership. It's been a bone of contention for many Bahamians for quite some time. The Bahamas Parliamentary Land Reform Consultation began today. It's a forum to discuss the land adjudication and land registration bills. The Prime Minister, Philip Davis, reasons that without these bills, thousands of Bahamians have been living without clear titles for their properties, and the aim is to fix that.
We are moving from an outdated deed-based system to a modern title-based registry. Every land parcel will receive a unique identification number. Owners will be issued legal certificates that serve as indisputable proof of ownership. Adjudicators, supported by teams on the ground, will visit communities, hear claims, assess evidence, and resolve disputes through an independent land tribunal. Once claims are settled, the land can be officially registered and secured. This means no more overlapping claims, no more landlocked in legal limbo, no more families unable to access mortgages.
There we go. Meaningful change, right? Things that people are concerned about, things that impact people. This is just one of them. How long have we been dealing with this land issue in this country? For decades. Can't get clear title, can't find title, don't know who have title, and then two people holding the same title. All these issues is what has mushroomed the issue in this country about land. And this is a meaningful approach, if I may say so myself, because so many people are frustrated about not being able to get clear titles for land and not being able to, where they want to get parcels of land or even crown land, trying to get the title search on it. It's ridiculous. And so this is hopefully long overdue. long overdue, and so hopefully they can implement this and put this in place. We'll see a lot of the issues addressing land matters and land grabs and all of these land disputes perhaps have a better form of being settled and people being able to move forward in that regard. Well, you know, we can't go in this segment without talking a little bit about politics, and the next general election is scheduled to take place sometimes next year or whoever, but at least by no later than next year. But already the political scene, as we've seen, has been heating up. Speculation has been mounting who will become a potential election candidate. Well, the PLP's national chairman explained his party's candidate agenda to Cleopatra Murphy of our Northern Service.
The Progressive Liberal Party has yet to finalize its slate of candidates for the 2026 elections, but party chairman the Honorable Fred Mitchell says there is keen interest among individuals looking to secure a candidacy.
The avalanche of people who are interested in running for office is good in one thing because, you know, you need 1,000 voices to contend, and out of that you get those people who are fit and proper to run. So there's no dearth of people asking to run, but there are procedures. And right now, the only sort of open seats where there's no PLP and is where there is no PLP incumbent, so to speak. That is the 3 seats that I've mentioned.
Fort Charlotte MP and Minister of Immigration, the Honorable Alfred Sayers, MP for North Eleuthera Sylvanus Petty, and MP for Michael Basil McIntosh have all confirmed their intentions not to seek re-election. As for the possibility of more current MPs bowing out, the PLP chairman says he can't say.
We don't know what's going to happen in the future. But as of now, all incumbents are continuing to do their work, and the parties continue to do their assessment. And of course, the party has said that everybody has to undergo renomination, including incumbents. So everybody's starting de novo before the candidates committee and will be judged on the work which they've done over the term.
While the FNM has speculated that an early election may be called, Mitchell remains adamant that the election is more than a year away, but says the public should pay particular attention to one particular date.
What I think people should be watching is for the 6th of June. The 6th of June is Randall Fox Labor Day, and we intend to show the country that there is a brave blue wave that is coming, that it will continue to bring a promise of stability, of management of the public purse, and to uplift the ordinary man.
As for Grand Bahama, Mitchell says the party has its targets set on securing FNM leader Michael Pintard's Marco City seat. While he did not share who the PLP intends to run, a candidate list circulating on social media suggests it could be Dr. Monique Pratt. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
All right, so we see it heating up. Things are getting excited. You heard the FNM say they're going to announce their candidates pretty soon, perhaps early June. And now we hear the chairman of the Progressive Party saying things are going to you're going to see their show of support come June 6th, Labor Day Parade. That's probably when they're going to kick things off. So June seems to be the month where everyone's focusing on what's going to happen and perhaps the beginning of the real campaign when people will start seeing candidates ratified and out there. But time will tell. No need to rush. There's going to be an interesting run up to the next general election. And we'll have enough time, I'm sure, to talk about who's on the ground and who the people are and what are they running on. We'll be talking a lot about that as it comes along. Well, Family Islanders need to tune into our show tonight as executives of the Bahamas Striping group of companies provide an update on their road improvement projects in Family Islands around it. We've been talking with 3Ps. They're perhaps the best example of it and what that means. They're going to explain what that means, right? And of course, I know some of you have been hearing some buzz about Grand Bahama. We'll see if we can get them to talk and open up about that. And then a little later, after we talk to all of that, we'll tell you about a young lady, Hallie Bow. You may not remember her name, but if you see her face, you'll remember she made her debut in television here as a young girl when we had aired this show called The Youth Zone. She co-hosted that show along with myself. Well, years later, she's now a grown young woman, and on Sunday, she's competing in the Miss Universe Bahamas pageant. Hallie's here to talk to us about, you know, her progress and her road to what she hopes will be the coveted title. All that and more when we come back. The rundown here on the ZNS Network. An exciting show for you. We begin right after the break. Stay close.
We're here at the Nassau Village Community Center project, where over the past 17 months, we've hired over 20 Bahamian subcontractors to bring this beautiful project to fruition.
I've been living in Nassau Village for more than 19 years, and to see a project like this bring great joy and pride to me.
This state-of-the-art multi-purpose community center will serve as a crime-fighting initiative in the community. Also help with the education of our kids in this community and a hurricane shelter.
Yeah, and it also shows what we as Bahamians can achieve when we work hand in hand with each other.
We have the technical know-how, and we can pretty much deliver on any project here in the Bahamas or in the world.
Bahamas Striping, a Bahamian company, they prove that they believe in Bahamians.
Based on the outcome of this project, I don't think they're disappointed in giving a small person an opportunity to do a job such as this.
The more opportunity they get, the more opportunity we will get.
If you look around and see the work done so far, it just shows what we as Bahamians can do.
Tired of looking at the same old kitchen? Step 1. Our talented recommended designer, Mark, crafts a custom design just for you. Step 2. Once your design is ready, CBS Bahamas makes ordering effortless. Your dream kitchen is within reach. Step 3. Our recommended installers bring your vision to life, ensuring every detail is perfectly in place. Sit back and relax as your dream space becomes a reality. Visit cbsbahamas.com and start bringing your home improvement dreams to life today.
Mailboat service is a critical service to the islands of the Bahamas. Certainly, Andrews has always been there and dear to us. That's where we're born and raised. And so we play a crucial role in advancing the growth and development of Andrews. Customers want service and they want consistency. From the start, that's been our commitment. We work to sail on time every time. Our customers have come now to expect this from us. And one of the biggest challenges we've had was finding adequate funding. SPDC from the very start has been a lifesaver. My advice to young people, if you have a vision, a passion, an idea, go for it. Don't give up. It's not easy. If it was, everybody would be doing it. Be consistent and you'll get there.
Hey, what's up, Mario?
Hey, Dale, what's going on?
Have you seen ZNS new digital platforms?
No. Let me go check it out.
Good day, Bahamas. I'm Devontae Hanna, and this is ZNS Digital,
where we cater to your news and entertainment needs. Are you a foodie? I thought so. Then look out for Digital Bites.
Shining a light on Bahamians and the good that they do, ZNS Digital is home to the sunshine one.
Keeping up with the latest trends, our original content will keep you entertained.
Yeah, that's cool.
But have you seen the new website?
No, I didn't see it. Let me go look.
We're still your most trusted source for news and information.
That's ZNS Digital?
Yeah, that's ZNS Digital, the people station in your pocket.
In the southern stretch of the Bahamas, where the ocean shifts from turquoise to deep sapphire, lies a place called Exuma. A place as rich in history as it is in natural beauty. More than just a paradise, it's a community woven together by salt, sun, and stories.
Here in the heart of Exuma, the sails were up and the spirit was high for the 69th edition of the National Family Island Regatta. Thousands journeyed here not just to witness the battle on the water, but to experience the culture.
Exuma offers more than just breathtaking views. During Regatta Week, we experience the soul of the island, the celebration of heritage, resilience, and community.
Join us on Friday, May 23rd at 8:30 p.m. for breathtaking highlights from the National Family Island Regatta. It's where the wind takes us, only on the ZNS Network.
Welcome after the show. Special good night to all of you joining us in the Lion's Den. I see you in the Lion's Den on Facebook. And then those of you watching on YouTube, wherever you're watching on your platform, Flow TV, cable TV, you're watching Turks and Caicos or around the Caribbean or internationally. It's always a pleasure having you tune into The Rundown. Thank you so much for joining us. Well, we can say without a doubt that residents in Eleuthera are extremely happy to be riding on smoother roads. It's all thanks to the road improvement project being spearheaded by the Bahamas Striping group of companies. The company's formula is is to engage in a public-private partnership. Remember that, we're going to talk about that. That will not only enhance their company's operation, but other local businesses and the national economy as a whole. Here on the show tonight is, of course, the president of Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, Otario Mitchell, and chairman Dominic Stirrup. Gentlemen, it's always a pleasure to have you. Welcome to the Rundown.
Oh, thank you.
Let's go there because, of course, this is anniversary time for the group of companies, and of course, you are a symbol, I think, to so many Bahamian businesses that you can start small and you can do well and be able to expand and be able to be consistent in the business. I think so many Bahamians are probably rooting for you to succeed because you represent that Bahamian opportunity of starting with little and being able to develop it. But let's talk about the Family Island projects, because oftentimes people always tell us that we're so New Providence-centric. We focus only on Nassau, what's happening in Nassau. But the government wanted to be able to take its improvement in infrastructure throughout the country. And of course, they decided the best way perhaps to do that is through private-public partnership, because we know what that means. You find a partner who can actually get the work done, cover the costs, and government and then reimburses them. It's a smart idea, but people thought it would not work. You've proven different. Let's start, first of all, in talking about private-public partnership, and then we'll go to Luthra. You've proven that it works. What caused it to be able to work?
I think one of the things that myself and Ty realized that during the last election, don't make a difference if the PLP won, the FNM won, either one had to do 3 Ps. Simply because there's no tourists, there's no tax, there's no new money coming in the country. So you either do 3 Ps to get work and money on the ground, or you tax the Bahamian people.
Right.
And I know for us, I wouldn't be taxed.
No one wants to be taxed.
and the government situation in our country, it's straight across the board. So it's not just the Bahamas, it's all through the Caribbean.
This method works.
Right, it worked and they had the same challenges. So we was prepared for it. We had our international funders who was prepared to give us the funds. We had the contract from the government. I think when people hear, oh, the government gave us this big contract, they think the government gave us all this money.
Right.
They do not understand that when we get a big contract, we have to mobilize, get staff, get housing, get equipment.
Put the money into the project.
Put the money in the project.
Much.
We have a project that we've probably spent over $40 million and not received a penny of payment yet, but that is the 3P project. But I don't want to jump again. I'm going to let you ask the question.
Right.
Explain too much.
So the whole idea government came up with this is so that they can still be able to carry out projects that are needed throughout the country, but not have to come up with the money initially.
That's correct.
Yeah, that's correct. You know, when you look at how 3P works, is the private sector taking the financial risk. When you look at our 3P model, myself, Dominic, and our company is the one that is backing the whole funding scheme of the project. So that de-risk the financial burden on the government. So we go, for one, we scope the project, we design the project, we secure the funding for the project, and then we execute the work. So everything which you're seeing now has little involvement from the government other than approvals.
Wow.
Everything else was done by us.
Now that takes a strong company, because if you're constantly doing the work and waiting on government when they're able to do the payment to actually pay you back, you've got to make sure you have strong backing in order to be able to continuously do the work and make sure the work is done to a certain standard.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things me and Dominic did from day one. Is we always see ourselves growing. So we always, as a company, wanted to be a professional company. So with that said, you have to present yourself a certain way. And if just imagine for someone if you go to the bank and try to borrow $20,000 for a car, they'll give you that no problem. But try go and get $200,000 for a house.
For a mortgage, yeah.
You heard it. So just imagine trying to get $25 million.
Wow.
We was able to stand up to scrutiny. We was only able to do that because, for one, we do business honestly, honorably, and we are known to get the job done.
Wow. Let's talk about your projects in Family Island, because you did Exuma, and people are enjoying the roads up and down in Exuma. Then you went into Eleuthera. And what particularly did you have to go to Eleuthera to do? What was the scope of works? And was this just something that Bahamas Striping did solely, or was it something that you involved other people and stirred the economy with?
During, I think it was our 14th anniversary, we looked at our company, we spoke with the board, spoke with our advisors, how we can make our business better, how we can grow more faster by doing a major impact in our country. So we changed our business model, whereby in Exuma, we do all the work ourselves. In Eleuthera, we took a totally different turn. Eleuthera to Solomon Roads, I think it's 67 miles to Solomon Roads, while you are at $15 million was issued to two companies, Quick Fix and New View. Both of these companies are over 40 years old.
Wow.
Their largest contract came from Bahamas Striping Group of companies.
Wow.
So we changed the business model. So one of the things that I like about one of the companies took the mobilization and they bought close to $1 million in new machinery. So even though when this project finished, they now can do bigger jobs because they invest their funds and more equipment, and equipment is very expensive.
Wow.
On next week, the 28th, we'll actually be signing a contract, $2.4 million, with a Bahamian company who will be coming to Eleuthera to do waterworks.
Wow.
Again, this is how our treaty works. We fund the project. We look for the best qualified Bahamians who can do the work with us. They do the work, they get paid. We get paid from the government in the back end. So you're talking millions of dollars in Eleuthera. Not 100,000, not millions. $1 million, millions of dollars in Eleuthera that's benefiting the community. Not just with our staff, with the two subcontractor staff, with the third company that's coming in at the end of the year, at the end of the month for the water main projects, and all Bahamian companies.
So you're actually helping government empower other Bahamians to do the work and do the business as a company yourself, because you're giving them work and giving them opportunities and projects.
Yes, but we see it as the fact that we are able, if we manage the project and get other companies to do the work, we can do more projects. That's the way we look at it. On the other hand, we're helping the government by getting projects done, getting money onto the ground, and helping families and helping communities.
So in this whole three-piece process, who takes the risk?
Me and Dario.
Well, just to add the benefits of 3P and what Dominic mentioned, what's happening on the 28th is this contract is providing water to an area in Eleuthera that hasn't had water before. So when you look at the benefits of 3P and what it can do, it's progress and development. So it's an area in Eleuthera starting from the 28th. The waterworks is going to start happening in the area.
That's amazing. I think people are just now getting an inside look at really how this works. And this is not just some company who's just getting projects and being able to just, get money and just relax off of it. But it's actually, you're almost a conduit. You're passing it on to other businesses, other companies. Are any of these companies actually on these islands, from these islands?
Yeah, both we have Quick Fix and New View, both from Roxtown, Eleuthera. And has been doing business there for over 40 years. I know Quick Fix has done work outside of Eleuthera in San Salvador that I know of, and I saw many other islands. So they are well-established companies, well-respected companies. But like Dominic mentioned, even before the contract what they have now, they was working at a cap. And we provided them with a substantial amount of work in our particular project. We didn't have to do it, but because of our business model, we want to, for one, empower others and make sure that they be a part of something as large as this project that we're doing.
Do you believe this business model works for you?
Go to Eleuthera, drive the roads, and you tell me.
I'm sure they're very happy. I'm sure they're very happy.
Yeah.
You've done Exuma, you've done this in Eleuthera. Other islands on top as well for you to be able to assist in improving infrastructure. Because oftentimes we just ignore the family islands and they continue to cry out for assistance and cry out for help.
Well, our business model is simple. The reason why we work with local companies, we don't have to do everything ourselves. For example, is Eleuthera. 67 miles of road is being done by local contractors who's from Eleuthera. We will take that same concept throughout the Bahamas.
So you're creating whole new industries.
No, the truth is, it was always there. I think what we're doing is just taking a different approach. We're not taking all from me, baby. That's it. We're not doing just us. We see that we can make more money by empowering more companies.
Looking at some of the video now, you see Bahamas Striping Group companies on those islands. Can you believe these are our family islands? We see with these beautifully paved roads. I think right about now, New Providence people are probably very jealous because we don't know the last time we've seen some roads look like this. But this is what's going on in the Family Islands. They're really literally transforming Family Island infrastructure by top class road construction and road works. And in the process, teaching local people on the island, giving them skills, hiring local residents and teaching them how to do this kind of work themselves and be able to work locally in the market. We're going to talk more about what Bahamas Striping has been doing with the 3 Ps and perhaps put some tough questions to them. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have more on what Bahamas Striping is doing ahead of their anniversary. We're back after this.
Planning the execution of a newscast is serious business. From the assignment to the concept of the story, everything has to be precise, on point, always. The Bahamas Tonight, the national report, is your trusted news service. We get it right the first time. Our preparation for you each night is done with care, knowing that our voices will reach you on 700 islands and keys with unquestionable accuracy. It gives me great pleasure each night to say,
welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the national report. I'm your national anchor, Mukesh Lopinder.
Bahamas Striping Group of companies, we have been in Exuma now for the past 4 years, carrying out our paving program. A part of our company's philosophy is to do some work to international standards. So when you look at our paving division, we have a state-of-the-art lab to do all of our testing in-house, as well as a state-of-the-art asphalt plant with a trained technician carrying out the work on that site. The overarching goal of our company is to produce the work that we're doing in the entire Bahamas to international standards. We also make a difference by the training of our staff. We have a very intensive training program going on to where we are teaching young men how to learn the art of striping. Being a young man myself, I've made mistakes in the past. I was given a second chance to better my life, and it's only fitting that we pass it along. What's important for us is giving them a second chance for them to get a skill and a career that can take them further in life.
The new stuffed crust cheddar flavor has a taste you'll enjoy.
Outside and inside.
With a delicious stuffed crust covered in irresistible cheddar flavor. Come and try the new stuffed crust cheddar flavor only at Little Caesars.
Pizza, pizza.
Welcome back. It's so good to have all of you joining us here on The Rundown. We're talking to the principals of Bahamas Striping, Chairman Dominic Stirrup, and of course the President, Atario Mitchell, and talking really about 3P and how that works throughout the country. I said the Caribbean. probably be Caribbean soon if I know y'all. Y'all always doing stuff outside as well. But we're focusing on the Family Islands because we've seen the development. We're showing video before the break of development taking place there. And I want to turn now, because obviously Grand Bahama, I guess, was set to get some road construction there as well. We heard about a $183 million road contract. What happened with that? You've not spoken to that. We've not heard anything regarding that. What is that we don't know?
Well, I don't know what you don't know, but what I do know, if you look at Elutra, look at our business model, we have paid close to 30 miles of road in Elutra. We have spent over $40 million of our funders' money. We have received zero money of taxpayers.
Wow.
But road is being done, water mains are being done. Subcontractors, Quick Fix and New View, have signed $15 million contract for 67 miles of road. The exact same approach we are doing now in Elutra is what we will do in Grand Bahama as a Bahamian company, empowering Bahamians, not just giving them a job, but giving them piece of the pie.
Wow. And see, this is why it's so important to clarify, because you hear things come across in the media and you don't hear the full story and you wonder, well, what is that and what that's all about? Not recognizing this is an opportunity here again for Bahamian companies to be involved, to get a piece of what is going on. And of course, money that has to be invested by the company on the ground and has to be eventually repaid by government, but has to be invested on the company on the ground. Is that still going to happen?
That's a good question you would ask the government. But Glenn, I'd say one more thing about the Freeport project. IDB was scheduled to be our funders for that project. We was going to be the first Bahamian company, that IDB invested in. So that's really volumes in reference to our company name, our company brand.
Because when IDB signs off on a project, you know, they always make sure that whoever they're giving the work to are reputable people internationally. And like you said, people don't recognize a lot of times these are international companies. This would have been the first Bahamian company
that's funded. Private company. Private company
funded.
That's funded by IDB. Yeah. Private company funded.
That's a big deal.
That's a huge deal. That's a huge deal because it took over a year of paperwork and negotiation, and it's a lot of process. So people don't understand. When we speak about international money, people are saying, oh, you guys go to the bank, you get the money. No, it's tons and tons and tons and hours of paperwork back and forth with lawyers and accountants and due diligence. But the fact that we got that far with IDB, we was very excited, we're very proud. Yeah. We're very proud to be at least now we can say, no, we was almost there. But
hopefully it happens.
Almost. But
hopefully it happens.
It's still not, you know, they haven't been close. It's just paused at this time.
Hopefully it'll happen, but I think at the end of the day, it's a big stripe on the backs of Bahamians to be able to say that this is what Bahamian companies and businesses, private companies and businesses can do, and especially one that has had the history and the track record of Bahamas Striping. It's almost like a Bahamian champion company. People are looking for it to succeed, and while there may be detractors out there, there are all going to be detractors out there, but people by and large want to see our Bahamian companies that have come up through the ranks continue to pursue and move on to the next thing. I want to transition a bit because your work has not just been in making Family Islands better, but then you have that arm of your company that puts back into the country. And we've seen people knew you for the colorful basketball courts that you've placed in communities that didn't have it or needed refurbishment of those. And then you took it to the next level. You went from creating basketball courts to creating actual centers and community centers. And one of the notable ones, obviously, is the Nassau Village Community Center, as we see on the screen there. Talk a little about your involvement and your partnership at this level.
Well, once again, that project was a treaty project as well, to whereby we designed, we funded, and we managed that project as well. We was proud that we had over 22 Bahamian subcontractors working on that project.
22?
Over 22. And
wow.
A lot of them was from the Nassau Village community and the surrounding areas.
Why was it important to do this kind of community project?
Well, when you look at something like the Nassau Village Community Center, that is going to be a staple in that community for years to come. And who better to be a part of it than somebody from Nassau Village? So that's why we wanted to make sure that the first rights goes to somebody from Nassau Village to be a part of that project.
And that project was funded by a local bank.
Really?
Yeah. That's our first local funding for 3P came from a local bank.
As you look back on that project, do you believe it worked well? Was it you touted it as a success? The partnerships involved?
We finished the project a year ahead of schedule.
A year? Who finishes a project a year ahead of schedule?
A year ahead, Bahamas Striping Group. A year ahead of schedule. But what I like about the project, right, seeing the subcontractors who worked there, the sense of pride they had working on it. Yeah. Because the type of project it was, typically they would not be a part of a project like that. You know, it would go into one company, they do all the work. Our company model now is more of a management company, project management company. We have our project manager on site. Everybody answers him. His goal is to ensure that the standards we have set is consistent on all our work. And just how we have grown and the community has grown by having it, I believe those subcontractors also grown because, you know, where they might be in a week in a particular area, they had to get better to meet our standards. And I'm sure that the community will enjoy it for years to come.
How have you overcome the hurdles that so many businesses in this country talk about in our country? We've seen the ease of doing business, a rating for the Bahamas. It's not the best. We hear businesses talk about how difficult it is to operate a business in the Bahamas. How have you been able to navigate the challenges that we face in our country with running a business?
Well, I mean, it's still not easy for us. We still have our challenges, but you know, the idea of not taking no for an answer and finding a creative way to get something done. I think that's one of the approaches that have been, I guess, more successful for us is that we always try and find a way to get the job done. And when you look at our company have a motto, which is one word: results. So once you keep on producing results, I think this is what happens. We get to make it true.
Dominic, this is year what?
16.
Year 16 when? Which day is year 16?
May 10th.
May 10th is 16 years.
Yes.
As you look back at 16 years, anything stands out to you about the company and its growth?
God blessings. Yeah, because, you know, people see the success now. They don't remember the challenges. Some of them do not know a lot of the challenges. A lot of people who was in our situation would have given up. And I will only say we are here because of God's blessings.
Wow. Let's take a break. We come back and we'll wrap up with Bahamas Striping right after this. Stay close.
You're under the IPO.
Right here.
It's still on camera though.
Mario.
Hey, Dale, what's going on?
Have you seen ZNS new digital platforms?
No. Let me go check it out.
Good day, Bahamas. I'm Devontae Hanna, and this is ZNS Digital,
where we cater to your news and entertainment needs. Are you a foodie? I thought so. Then look out for Digital Bites.
Shining a light on Bahamians and the good that they do, ZNS Digital is home to the Sunshine World.
Keeping up with the latest trends, our original content will keep you entertained.
Yeah, that's cool.
But have you seen the new website?
No, I didn't see it. Let me go look.
We're still your most trusted source for news and information.
That's ZNS Digital?
Yeah, that's ZNS Digital, the people station in your pocket.
In the southern stretch of the Bahamas, where the ocean shifts from turquoise to deep sapphire, lies a place called Exuma. A place as rich in history as it is in natural beauty. More than just a paradise, it's a community woven together by salt, sun, and stories.
Here in the heart of Exuma, the sails were up and the spirit was high for the 69th edition of the National Family Island Regatta. Thousands journeyed here not just to witness the battle on the water, but to experience the culture.
Exuma offers more than just breathtaking views. During Regatta Week, we experience the soul of the island, a celebration of heritage, resilience, and community.
Join us on Friday, May 23rd at 8:30 p.m. for breathtaking highlights from the National Family Island Regatta. It's where the wind takes us, only on the ZNS Network.
Welcome back. We're wrapping up a conversation with Bahamas Striping on this 16th anniversary. The company's been around. And of course, the question always is your future plans, right? We understand there's an IPO in the making somewhere. Talk to us about that.
Well, let's put it this way. It could be a IPO or it could be a private public placement. The committee has not finalized their recommendation to myself and the tariffs yet. Myself personally, I prefer an IPO to allow the average Bahamian to have a piece of Bahamas Striping Group of companies.
It'll be oversubscribed, I can tell you that right now. People like success.
We hope that they will love it enough to invest in it. But we are still waiting for final recommendation. But we're leaning towards a public placement. We know some of our advisors more leaning towards a private placement. So we just gotta, that's why you have advisors. And we gotta see what the report says. But definitely myself and Ontario wants the average Bahamian to invest in, to have the opportunity to invest in our company.
Any time frame before you make an announcement on that?
This year.
Okay.
This year.
Okay, fair enough. People want to know. And of course, I have to conclude in talking about, I think, one of the biggest givebacks that we've seen, Let's Make a Difference. And of course, this year, you coming back with it, Let's Make a Difference? We know we partnering with you. You got to do it again, because ZNS had such a ball last year. Talk about Let's Make a Difference. It surely made a difference, not only in the people who received, but the people who participated.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no, definitely we have Let's make a difference happen this year. I think we still juggling with which goal we're going to set this year. I'm pushing not to go over the 25,000.
That's a lot of people.
But 50,000 this year.
Oh, don't even try that, man. Lord, that's the whole country feeding.
But we're going to be making an announcement very soon, and the rolling out the campaign will start very shortly.
Let's make a difference.
I think it's one of our best initiatives that we have done. We have, we do back to school buys, we do Christmas toys and ham and turkey. We have a good swim program at Foxer Community Center. We had the Let's Make a Difference where we raise money for different charities. But I think when you look at Let's Make a Difference, and how much persons are involved, not just the businesses and the sponsors, but the average Bahamian last year came and dropped off kind of good, or a lady gets called, hey, I want to give a check. Who I write the check out to? And that's what I think what makes Let's Make a Difference powerful, because it's the average person, the average Bahamian. Like we say, we'll take $1. Of course, we'll take $1 million too. But every penny makes a difference. And what's really important for us is not Nassau based. It's for the whole country. And that's the goal, to get more islands involved this year.
You're going into year 16. What is the forefront of your mind for your company when you think about development in this 16th year that you want to see achieved?
Well, we'll be looking for more diversification and just continued growth. We have always been on an upward trajectory. Me and Dominic were just talking about it the other night, is that we have grown under every administration that came in since our company was existed. So we just want to keep the progression going. So just definitely diversification and seeing how we could expand our treaty and brand overall.
I'll give you the final word, Dominic. What can people expect from Bahamas Striping going forward?
We're looking forward to the international market. We have now registered in 2 different countries.
Wow.
And we're hoping to, by end this year, we'll be doing works in 2 different Caribbean countries. That will come perfect timing for the IPO.
Listen, hats off to you. Congratulations. Congratulations to you and the entire team at Bahamas Striping. You are certainly an example of success, but knowing how to give back and allow people to participate in that success. I think that's one lesson people will always learn from Bahamas Striping. They didn't just keep it all to themselves. They allow other people to participate in the success story. And so congratulations to you. And thank you for the work that you continue to do.
Thank you. Thank you.
Stay with us when we come back. Young lady who used to be on this set under the light with me as a teenager on the Youth Zone. She's now all grown up and she's setting her eyes on a big prize this weekend. We're going to talk to Holly Bull right after this as she prepares for Miss Universe Bahamas pageant. We're back after this.
I am a master plumber by profession. I've been doing plumbing for over 40 odd years. When I was 9 months old, I was diagnosed with polio. To me, living with polio, I took it the way it is. I never allowed my polio to get in my way of anything. In fact, I love when people doubt me, and I just prove them wrong. And let me tell you, in the world, you could only find a plumber as good as me, but you ain't gonna find no plumber better than me. People with disability, they just need a chance. In this program, I feel so encouraged. Most of the mentors have different kind of disability, but disabilities like me. Sharing and caring and showing so much support with people with disability. They would encourage you to go beyond. I wish this was around a long time ago. Right now, I would have been a millionaire. You out there who have a disability, don't be afraid. Take the step. If you believe it, you could achieve it. And remember one thing, ain't no one better than me, and ain't no one better than y'all. God made all us equal.
For more information about how the SBDC can help your small business to make a big impact, give us a call at 461-7232 or visit sbdcbahamas.com.
Join us on Social Mania, a new and dynamic game show based on the Ministry of Education's primary and junior high school social studies curriculum. Students from schools across the Bahamas go head-to-head as their knowledge of social studies is challenged. In this episode, Gambier Primary battles with Sadie Curtis Primary School. Which school will emerge as winner? To find out, join us as these two schools engage in intense competition. Don't miss it.
Well, 23-year-old communications professional Holly Bull hopes to fulfill her childhood dream of becoming Miss Universe Bahamas. The pageant is this Sunday, May 25th at 8 p.m. at the Atlantis Paradise Island Grand Theater, actually. And as Miss Heal Wellness, Holly's platform focuses on youth professional development, emphasizing rehabilitation scholarships. Why am I saying all this? She could tell you all that herself. That'll be good practice for her question for Sunday. Holly is here. Why am I so excited? Is because this is Holly's, I call it, coming back home visit. Holly got her start, I would call it, in television right here at the Broadcasting Corporation when she was the co-host of the show that I hosted and created called The Youth Zone. And Holly was one of our hosts, I think, in the third season. Holly became the co-host of the Youth Zone in the third season. She was only in grade, how old were you? You were in grade?
I was like in grade probably 7.
Yeah, you were young.
I was very young.
Very young. In grade 7, and she just took TV by storm. So many of you looking at her now probably say, yeah, I remember that little girl sitting next to you in those crates. Remember we sat in those crates?
Yes.
In the Youth Zone. And so many people got their start. You got your start in the Youth Zone.
I did.
Devontae Hanna, who's a reporter here now, was in the Youth Zone.
Yes.
Xavier Knowles, who works for Atlantis Communication Youth Zone. Jasper Ward, who works for The Guardian, now working for Reuters International Youth Zone.
Yes.
Alexis Johnson, Youth Zone. Jose Edian, reporter, Eyewitness News, Youth Zone. So Youth Zone, we did our part.
The Youth Zone builds winners, okay?
Yeah,
I actually got into Jose very briefly this morning. I was like, hi.
So I'm very proud of all of the young people on Youth Zone to see what you guys are doing and now to see you making this bold step.
Yes.
Miss Universe Bahamas, you're going for it on Sunday.
I am.
How has the journey been for you?
Listen, the journey has been incredible. It's honestly been a transformation. So we really hit the ground running 8 weeks ago with the orientation, and they had us jump right into things. We had a business seminar where we learned from several Bahamian entrepreneurs who are killing it in their respective industries. We had a mental health symposium with Dr. Sean Knowles. You know, mental health issues are on the rise here in the Bahamas. So it was good to learn about those signs and symptoms of people in our community who are suffering with anxiety, depression, even suicide. So it was very, very informative. Actually, May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I have a great interview coming out on my social media platforms tomorrow for those that are interested. And then we just had lots of activities, from the Meet the Contestants at the Rosewood to our Girls' Day Out. We went on the boat yesterday, over the weekend, to Sand Dollar Resort. That was a great way to unwind, and I'm just so excited.
So you've had to do all of that, and then you have to do all of the competitions. You had the costume competition, which you won. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
And then do all that. Out of all of the things that you have to do to be a part of the pageants, which one for you was most enjoyable and most fun?
You know what? The most enjoyable part of the competition for me has been the Community Thursdays. So my platform is Youth Professional Development. I chose this platform because when I was away in California studying, I was actually selected to be an international student ambassador.
Wow.
So I service the entire international student body, helping them with tips, getting assimilated to the States, and also postgraduate life, because for those who studied abroad, you know how challenging it is with the visa requirements to be able to study. And I was also selected as a first-generation college student ambassador for all those first-gen students like myself, helping them to bridge the gap between high school and college life. So my leadership roles really inspired me to pursue this platform here in the Bahamas, and I have hit the ground running. I've gone to Eleuthera, spoken to 4 schools.
I've been watching. You've been busy.
I've been very, very, very busy. I gave them an elevator speech workshop because our public speaking skills are so important. I also taught them some tips for their college applications, and I feel like sometimes we neglect our family islands. The title is Miss Universe Bahamas, not Miss Universe Nassau, right?
Good point.
Right. So I also have been doing some work at the Ramfley Home for Children, providing them with a resume workshop and a job interview training, because a lot of people don't talk about, you know, what happens when these kids leave foster care, right? They need that transition period. So it was so great to come in and speak to them. They're lovely, lovely, lovely kids there. I recently gave an etiquette seminar to the girls at the Claridge Primary School, and etiquette actually goes hand in hand with youth professional development. It's really important the way how you present yourself in media, online, and just day-to-day life. And I also was invited to give a keynote speech at the JA Most Valuable Achiever and Most Distinguished Officer presentation a few weeks back. So that's just some of the things that I've been doing.
You're doing more than the reigning queens do.
I've been busy.
You've been extremely busy. How's your preparation been like?
The preparation has, firstly, for the support. I have to tell everybody, we're Team Hallie. Team Hallie, I know you guys are locked in. You guys are locked in right now watching this interview. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for all of your support. I mean, I'm overwhelmed. I feel like in all my downtime, I'm trying to reply to comments, but it's just never ending. The reshares, the reposts, the positive affirmations, my parents, to the people at Bahamar, thank you so much for voting. They did like a landslide of votes for me. My Pepperdine alum community, JA, so many people to thank. So I just feel so blessed. And in terms of the preparation, it's been intense. I wouldn't say I'm a perfectionist. I'm close to being one.
You've always been one from a child.
Right. So behind the scenes, we're having interview prep. We're having walking coaching, on stage coaching, and also just mindfulness, right? Being calm in that place, especially with final answer and interview. You need to be able to just be slow and calm and execute.
That sounds pretty good. So Sunday, any nerves about Sunday?
Not really, and I think that's a very unique one for me, because I usually have a lot of nerves when I have something big coming up, but I think it's because I prepared properly. I didn't really wait till the last minute, so I feel pretty good about Sunday.
Good job, and we're wishing you all the best. I know you're gonna do well.
Thank you so much.
Pay for it. All right, Holly, you got a test. I'm gonna see if you can still remember how to co-host from the teleprompter.
Okay.
Read the closing. You ready? We're gonna read it right. We're gonna close it on this camera right here.
Okay.
Can you read it?
Yeah.
Go ahead. There's some mistakes in there, but I think you'll figure it out. Go ahead.
That does it for the rundown. Be sure to stay locked in on the ZNS network for the Bahamas tonight at 11. It's the final newscast in the country with the latest news and information with Royston Jones. For all of us here at ZNS, I'm Hallie Bowe.
And I'm Clint
Thank
Watson.
you for joining us.
Girl, you got it. You got it. You never lost it.
Thank
Good night,
you,
everybody.
Bahamas.
Good night, everybody.
At Fort Montague, I'm Opal Roach. This is ZNS.
The Bahamian economy is growing, but for many, it doesn't feel that way. Prices remain high, cash flow feels tight, and critical services are still lacking. This is the growth gap, why Bahamians still feel the pinch. Join us